What is up, guys? Welcome to Diggity and WSAD at E3. Good lord, it's a long title, but it rhymes also at the same time. We're recapping day 2 of E3. I myself wasn't part with these gentlemen this afternoon while they heroically captured and watched some dull shit, to put it lightly.
Yeah.
But hey, we're all here. We've got drinks, I guess. I'm drinking tea like a fucking wimp. Well, everyone else is.
Jeff's a
I'm
good
sure
boy.
everyone else is drinking whiskey or something like that, probably, right?
Brody and I
Yeah,
are,
whiskey.
I think.
Yeah. So, Brody,
This was pretty full
I've
up
decided that the Vegas trip is going to be the end to my end of not having vodka on ice.
Really? Look at you.
I was at the wedding. I don't know if this is a bad thing, but while I was at the wedding, I went, boy, this would be a lot more tolerable if I was drinking.
That
And
is
I
the
just
only
went, you know
tolerable
what?
part about weddings.
Need it
yeah.
back in my life.
So, I don't know if you heard me earlier, but I found a moonshine that is root beer flavored. It's made by Sugarland.
Don't play with it.
Jeff is
I
falling
was like,
off
it's
that
combining
wagon.
my love
Should
of
be-
whiskey and your love of root beer into one item, and it is fantastic.
Should be illegal to toy with a man's heart like that. Anyways, yeah. So, I mean, how do you want to start this thing? Do you want to do it kind of like your show where we kind of talked about? Do you want to give them a go by each show and then kind of give them a rating at the end after we discuss all the shit that came out? Because I mean, there's a lot of stuff that happened today, right?
Yeah, that'd probably work just fine. Before,
We'll let Nick have the PC gaming show.
All to
Oh, yeah,
himself.
I'll take it.
Oh,
Before we
shit.
get into the show, though, E3 and all that, Jeff, how was the wedding?
It was pretty good. It was all right. I mean, it wasn't bad. The ceremony was outside, so it was like 90 something degrees. I thought I was gonna die. We were in
Look
Wisconsin.
at that shameless plug Brody's doing.
You know,
Look at that
ooh,
plug.
nice.
Very,
It's
very
pretty.
good, very good.
We were in Wisconsin, so you know, there's nothing to eat but cheese, which is just great on a summer day.
I think Nick just spit out his water.
And yeah, it was good. You know, it wasn't.
Spit out the water and take
No,
more
that is
whiskey.
that's
Yeah.
good to
You know,
hear.
they loved each other and shit. They got married. It was beautiful. They now live in El Paso, Texas. You know,
Damn.
American dream.
Wow.
American dream, white picket text,
Just-
fence, a dog.
Just killing it, dude. So
Couple kids running around.
yeah,
I
not
am
yet. They
here
will.
crying
They
about what
probably
happened.
will soon. Oh, absolutely. You'll probably see that on Facebook in about like a month or two.
Yeah.
Hey,
Probably already pregnant.
Maybe. Who knows? I don't
ATW.
know. Could have been the cheese. All right. So
Okay.
Everyone was like, you know what? It could have been the cheese.
It could have been the cheese, yeah.
okay.
Good lord.
So we want to get on with this. Which one do we want to do first? Which one we want to?
We have to start
Probably
with
go in
Microsoft.
order.
Yeah, we have to start with Microsoft.
Oh boy. Okay.
Who wants to start Microsoft? I don't have that many negative things to say about this at all.
Do we want to run through every individual announcement here? Maybe not
that's a
go
lot.
way into depth, but
We could go on the bigger
Yeah.
ones anyway.
Okay.
I mean, just the major
Just go with
yeah.
shit and people bring
All
up
right.
stuff. You know.
See, we're-
so obviously they started off with Starfield.
Yes.
It's coming in 2022 in the holiday season. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I was fucking right.
You were.
As we enjoy doing on this show. But yeah, no, it was it looked good. It looked really good. I was fucking around with the stream during this because I kind of fucked that up a little bit. But from what I did see of it, it looks like the new engine's going to be very, very good for this game because they do actually have a new engine for it. It's still not a lot is known about this. I imagine we'll get way more info coming forward, but at the time it's still coming, and it's supposed to come next year. So we'll see.
with Starfield, I think for Bethesda and Microsoft, that's a good opener.
Oh
I
yeah,
thought that was a very strong opener for their conference. I would have liked to see a bit more because I mean we saw in game in engine, right? We didn't see any like gameplay, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I would have loved to see something else with Star Citizen. And I understand, like they're just like, listen, like we last year or year before rather, or whatever, we teased off Elder Scrolls 6. this year, we're gonna kind of give you a pretty decent sized snippet of Starfield. So I was stoked on that, and the Creation Engine 2 looks like it's gonna be good for Bethesda because they can right all the wrongs, hopefully, with the first Creation Engine. And I hope once they feel like this has become antiquated, the second engine or second variant of this engine, I hope they just go, it's time to upgrade instead of let's see how long we could beat this dead horse, and then they make another Fallout 76 and they shoot themselves in the fucking face.
Well, they've been using the same engine since like Morrowind.
I know,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. So
Like just barely limping along.
right. I mean, and you could see it even in Fallout 4. You're like, God damn, like this. It's not Fallout 4 was not a bad game, but like you could see how that engine was aging by then. It's like, dude, this is way past done. Like this engine is done. Right. Like you need to move on from this. And then they come out with Fallout 76, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That
just
engine
hoping.
struggled big time.
Oh yeah. It was riddled with fucking bullshit.
I thought it looked neat, but it was just one of those things for me where it was like, thanks for the release date, I guess, but yeah, I still don't know anything about it. So I mean, did I really have to see it? You know, I mean, it looks good, sure. Yeah, the in-engine footage or whatever looked pretty nice, and I'm curious to see some gameplay hopefully soon. But like, still don't know that much about it other than like we saw like what looks to be like a robot mech, and we saw the ship we're going to be flying. I don't know if that means that that's the ship we're stuck with through the game, or if we're going to be able to switch ships or upgrade that one in like meaningful ways that change the look of it visually and as well increase like its performance. But like I'm more intrigued, I guess I could say, but in terms of anything else, it's like, yeah, I mean, it was nice that they started off with it.
Right.
Yeah.
So good way to start the partnership off on an official way like that for
right, giving them the front of the stage, pretty much like, hey, you guys go first.
Yeah, Mr. Todd Howard came out and pretended that
Mr. Todd
we
Howard.
all cracked up. We're like, oh, there he is.
he's like, we've cultivated this, and this, and he's like, I always look at my favorites on my Xbox list, and I'm like, is Fallout 76 under those my favorites, or is it gone, or what's going on with that?
That's Todd Howard's most played.
He looks at his favorites when he's paid $1 gajillion.
Which they did actually talk. Not that it's the next thing on the list, but they did talk about Fallout 76 today at the Xbox conference.
Yeah.
Are you guys excited?
Brody's sums it up.
Are you guys excited about like how about Starfield at all? Like,
yeah, I'm very excited for Starfield. I'm hoping they can right their wrongs with 76, and they can with this new engine at least, new engine, new game on this engine. I'm really hoping that they can go back to being the Bethesda from Morrowind and Oblivion and Skyrim and Fallout 3. Yes, those games have bugs. Yes, there are problems within those games. But the world building and the storytelling of those games is what made those games so special. And then obviously you start to get to the tail end where you get Fallout 4 and Fallout 76, and then Skyrim remaster number fucking 100, and it's like, dude, what are you doing? So I'm hoping they can like regroup, drop Starfield next year, and it's like, here we go, let's hit it.
Yeah.
So
I'm curious how they'll make it interesting.
On the topic of like a Fallout, because you brought that up, like, do we think that Fallout now is just going to be a service? I'm just not going to
from here on out for that game.
Just the whole franchise as a whole,
or just for the games.
No, I don't think the whole franchise will be. I think their bread and butter is still going to be, the
single player experience,
Skyrim and Fallout. Yeah,
because people like to go in there and mod things, and that's actually where those games usually succeed.
Flourish.
Yeah, they flourish in that modding environment. So I would assume that we're probably going to see a Fallout 5 at some point, and I don't think it'll be a live service thing. I mean, it'd be cool if they did something where it could be co-op, maybe. That'd be cool, but I don't know if they'll ever do it, right? But
right.
I don't think they want to do this again. I don't think they want to ever have another incident where they have to backpedal so hard that they literally are like, what the fuck? We don't know what to do next. So they had to add in a battle royale, and they had to add in this and that and this. And it's like, dude, when they showed off the Fallout 76 stuff at this year's E3, I was like, what are you doing? Like, just let this go.
Right. Just let it die.
So, yeah. I mean, we can get more into Fallout later on down the list.
Yeah.
Because there is that one thing they did. But
yeah.
Yeah, as far as Starfield, I mean, I am kind of excited about it, I guess. I'm not as big into the whole like space landscape as I was probably when this was first, talked about and announced or whatever. But
Yeah.
it's still cool, and I'm still curious to see what it is, and I'm really curious to see how their new engine is. But I mean, Bethesda games are typically pretty buggy, and I imagine even with the new engine, I don't know if that's really going to be solved. But I will still definitely check it out. I mean, it's a big enough deal that I'm interested, even if I'm not entirely interested in the source material or what it actually is. Just kind of
To see it.
just to see it more or less, right?
Another notable thing. Oh, sorry, what happened?
I was just gonna say that's kind of my same feeling where it's like the space games I'm interested in, I already have, and like I'm kind of invested in those, like Star Citizen and whatnot. Like I'd rather see that go a little bit further than whatever Starfield has to bring. But I'm curious as to what we're going to see with Starfield in terms of just content, like keeping things flowing and interesting.
Fresh.
Because I'm curious if it's going to be like a Prey sort of thing where it's like I'm kind of stuck in one general area per planet, or if it's going to be a bit more open world where I get a larger section to explore, or a decent chunk of planets to kind of go and visit, because space is, for lack of a better way of saying it, fucking boring. So I'd like to see. I mean, it is. There's a whole lot of nothing. So like, I'm curious to see what they're gonna do to keep things interesting. If there's gonna be any sort of emphasis on exploration and actual space science stuff, like keeping, or is it just gonna be the backdrop is space and it's just a Fallout game, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like. I'd rather see it be a space game.
Right.
Like,
and here's my last point.
Good.
This is Bethesda's first next-gen title as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're going to hit it hard, especially with the new IP, this game has to be like, again, Bethesda's back in the spotlight.
Right.
Their first new IP on a new engine, and it's their first next-gen. This has to be the game to put them back.
Sounds like a lot.
And everyone's good graces. Yeah, everything's gonna go wrong, and the game's gonna be a dud. But I'm hoping not.
I mean, they don't have to be back in the spotlight. That's the certain thing, right? Is they don't have to succeed. Like, they might just become that B-list, developer now. Who knows? Right?
Well, now
but
they also do carry a ton of shit now with them, right? I mean, they carry the emphasis that they were purchased strategically by a publicly traded company, and now that's
true.
they have to deliver, right? I mean, that's a huge investment.
And Xbox can now offer a lot of support too with all their different studios they bought up, and I don't think Xbox is going to be nearly as okay with them putting out a typical Bethesda
mediocre,
game.
right?
I think it's gonna have to be top tier.
Yeah, for sure.
So, next up we saw Stalker 2. Obviously not a game for everybody, but the people that love Stalker fucking love Stalker. I don't think this is something that really falls into Jeff's category or my category so much, but it looks really, really good. And it has been since 2007 since the first Stalker came out. So this is crazy. This has been a long time coming for sure.
Yeah, and it did look very spooky. It looked
gorgeous,
pretty though too. Yeah, the
it was
game
beautiful.
itself, I was like, oh my god! I liked the one scene where there's that anomaly that is like just that floating ball. If you get too close, it'll grab you and throw you and shit.
It
so
exploded that thing, yeah.
So you have the bolts in your hand. Wait, what?
One thing I forgot to mention on Starfield, it is going to be exclusive to Xbox and PC.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Just throwing that out there. Little tidbit I read right at the end, but
did they say if that's a time thing, like it'll be exclusive for a year?
No.
Or is it just
they just say exclusive.
Xbox
and there was no asterisks either.
Nope.
That's true. Yeah.
So,
okay.
But I mean, who knows, right? If it becomes massive, I mean, Microsoft might be like, well, let's just throw it out there because we'll make all the money off of it.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nick. I didn't mean to cut you off there. I wanted
dude, you're good.
Circle back to it before I forgot.
But no, the anomaly, like where that's exploding people and like booming people out. I like the bolts. Your guy is carrying bolts, and he can just take it and kind of whip them around,
right? Yeah,
and see where that anomaly. You could obviously see on the screen, but I'm assuming there's going to be times where you can't see where they are. So that's why you have the meter and you have the fucking bolts, and you toss them, and it's like boom, and it was like, wow, that looks really fucking cool. And like that mechanic itself, if that's a mechanic, what other mechanics are there going to be for other anomalies in this game? Just try to seek them out and all that. This game looks awesome. I'll be getting it day one. you know, I'm gonna probably play it on my PC and my Xbox, only because for my Xbox, it just sits there. This is gonna be a next gen title. Finally, I can play on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, Stalker 2 looks great.
Yeah,
That's neat.
Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl launches on April 22nd April of 2022, and it will launch on Game Pass. Fucking awesome.
Yeah, I never played any of the Stalker games. It looks cool. It looks like a pretty neat thing. I'm curious if it's like it definitely obviously reminds me of Metro in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
just setting,
absolutely.
gameplay,
Right,
the look
right.
of it, right? It's like it gives me a lot of those vibes. So I'm curious if it's gonna be if it's gonna please me in the way that Metro couldn't, especially Exodus, where it's like I'm playing as Artyom, and the problem with Exodus was that there was a lot more talking than there was in the previous games, and Artyom doesn't say shit. So they have a full-on conversation, and they look at Artyom and they go, "What do you think, Artyom?" And then it's silent for 10 seconds, and they go, "Yeah, you're right." And it's like, I didn't say shit.
Yeah, I said nothing to you.
So like I'm hoping like it's just things like that, like pacing stuff that kind of keeps it flowing better. And like, there were a lot of awkward moments I felt in Exodus where it's just like, Artyom, you need to go save them. And it's like, Artyom never speaks his damn mind. I feel like if he did, because he's so smart, we wouldn't get into half the shit we get into. So like, I'd like to see that. I mean, I would just like to see with Stalker. I mean, I've never played him, so I don't really have a whole bunch of high expectations, but I would just like to see the things that Metro really didn't do well be kind of at least attended to, right? Like a voiced protagonist, that kind of shit. I'm curious to see if it's more open world than Exodus was, that kind of thing, but I'll keep my eye on it.
Oh, absolutely.
Play it with Game Pass.
Next up, we had Back 4 Blood, another trailer, which was odd considering we had a Back 4 Blood presentation immediately before Xbox. But, but anyway, that will be launching on Game Pass on October 12th. We don't have to go too far into depth on this. It's the spiritual successor to
Left 4 Dead.
Yeah. It looks like Left 4 Dead for the most part.
It's gonna be a fun, zany little zombie shooter game. So
I will
it's a good
say
party
the
game.
trailer though, like this one that we saw, makes it look a lot more arcadey, I guess.
In depth. Oh,
Yeah.
arcade, yeah.
Which is fine.
That's
That's
kinda how
what I
Left 4
want.
Dead was,
Yeah,
but,
but I mean,
yeah.
like, I don't know, the graphics and stuff like that. I was kind of expecting a little bit more. I think maybe
Yeah.
some of the stuff,
Yeah, I
some of the
get that.
animation, some of like the environmental stuff.
It's
The environments.
got more-
environments seem okay, but like the different, I don't know.
Right.
Interesting.
It's got more it does have more depth than a traditional Left 4 Dead
Yo,
game,
for
because
sure.
when I played the beta, you could upgrade your character and you could upgrade your weapons and shit, whereas in Left 4 Dead it was just you grabbed whatever you found and then you killed zombies as you moved on.
Yeah.
So like
It's got better mechanics.
that's kind of the thing. Yeah, right. Like they just got to keep shit like that. I mean, I'm sure people will like it. I mean, for the most part, I liked World War Z. I thought that was a pretty fun game, but that was also due just to the fact of the massive amounts of zombies you'd have to fight, which is like that's what made it fun. Was like, yeah, it's not just holding off a location in like Left 4 Dead 2 for a minute and a half where it's just slow waves and it's only 20 zombies each wave. It was like dealing with that, and in World War Z it was like, yeah, no, there's gonna be like 500 that push you all at once or something like that. So I hope they kind of keep it a little bit more crazy like that. But yeah, it does look very arcadey.
In a day and age where we have Call of Duty zombies outbreak, like personally to me that is my favorite zombie experience I've ever had is Outbreak. Like I thoroughly enjoy that. So it's weird because we have a lot of those different kind of games now, and it seems like I don't know if there's so much of a place for this. I mean, I know all of the diehard Left 4 Dead fans will be all about this, but it doesn't. It's another game that came out so long ago that I don't know how many people are really going to get into this. I'm sure there will be a lot of people that buy it for nostalgia purposes, but I don't know if it's going to be something that holds people's attention like it did when Left 4 Dead or Left 4 Dead 2 came out.
Right.
It might be a spike because everybody wants to play it for the nostalgia, and then a week later it's like a Titanfall thing where it's like everybody played it because it's super cool for that first week, but then by the end of it it's like the player base has dropped dramatically, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So who knows what was next
We
on
got
the list.
We got a quick look at Contraband, which is an open world game from Avalanche Studios. We don't know a whole lot about it other than it will be co-op. And I mean, we didn't get a release date. We didn't get any story beats. We got pretty much nothing, but it had Steely Dan in it. So there's that.
It's already a good game. It's already it can do no wrong.
May I say, when I was watching that trailer, I blurted it out too in the episode. I said, "Oh, is this Indiana Jones?" because that's what I was expecting Bethesda to show this year, because it got announced.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, are they already going to show Indiana Jones the game? Because like that would have been cool. Obviously, it may not be ready, and I understand that. That's probably also on creation too. But I was like, okay, sweet. Like Indiana Jones, that said Contraband. I'm like, oh, so we're gonna have 2 games like this kind of. But we also don't know what Contraband really is going to be. Obviously, there's treasure and maps and shit like that, but I don't know.
Avalanche Studios, just for context, I just did a quick lookup. Avalanche Studios has developed Just Cause, Just Cause 2, Just Cause 3, and 4, Mad Max, which was really good, and Rage and Rage 2. Other things they did were The Hunter and The Hunter Primal.
Yeah.
As well as Renegade Ops, which I don't know that game. That's like a vehicle thing. So, I mean, Mad Max is a fantastic game. Just Cause 3 and 4, they were good, but like, I mean, they're pretty much wish-wash. You know, they're the same every time now, kind of. They're like bigger shit, that kind of thing.
Were they the head developers on that, or just a support studio?
For which game?
Or Just Cause?
For Just Cause, it looks like it was just them. They're owned by, they're under Avalanche Studios Group, and Avalanche Studios Group owns Avalanche, Expansive Worlds, and Systemic Reaction. And
yeah, we talked about that the other day because it's published by Square, but yeah.
Yeah, Avalanche Studios, it looks like they just did. I think they were the main lead on those.
Gotcha.
But
which, in some way, shape, or form, that's kind of concerning because Just Cause 4 was fine.
Yeah. Yeah, Just Cause 1, I didn't play very much of it. I like Just Cause 2 a lot. I thought that was a fun game. 3 wasn't so bad. In terms of things that stick out to me from this list of stuff, they've made Mad Max is the one that sticks out the most.
Yeah.
It was just such a great game. It's so good. But
next up, we got the Battlefield 2042 gameplay trailer.
Yeah, baby!
As if I was not excited enough for this game, this looked incredible. We had a full hour-long episode, so we probably won't spend too much time on this, but the gameplay was exactly what I wanted to see.
Oh,
I mean,
chaos.
exactly. It was fantastic.
Utter chaos.
It was
shit everywhere.
It was Battlefield 4 turned up to 11. Like, just amazing. I'm so fucking excited for this game.
It looked great. I'd like to say, like, Frostbite engine really seems to outdid itself, like, you know, with this. It looks fantastic. I think the highlight for me personally was them in the elevator and watching him customize his weapon on the fly like that. It was intuitive, right? It was like, okay, here's the top is your scope, the left is your barrel, the bottom is your foregrip, and the right is your magazine, right? And it was just so intuitive of how he switched it all just like that. He was ready before the elevator doors opened.
Good.
It does. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, sorry. That was something we definitely were curious about too. We talked about that quite a bit, where it was like, I want to see what this looks like. I want to see if it's implemented well. And I mean, from what we saw, it looks great. Like, I mean, that whole function of being able to swap. I mean, even if you just need to change out your sight, you could change that in seconds. Like, and now you're ready to go, right? So that's
and the grappling hook, dude.
Yes.
Every game needs a grappling hook,
man.
The takedowns look sweet too that we saw once he landed on the crane. That looked sweet, like pulling him down and then getting him in the neck like that. That looked cool. I thought that guy flying the Osprey right by the sandstorm was sweet. It looked just visually, cinematically looked awesome. Obviously, we got to see the wingsuit. Well, I like that it was the sandstorm rolls in, and then from that there can also be more storms like tornadoes and stuff like that to pull people up. And I thought that was really cool. The one thing I guess I have the biggest question about is we watched that guy switch his stuff on the fly, but for that weapon, we only saw 2 of everything. So I'm curious as if you pick those, like a certain limit for each one to bring in that you can switch on the fly, because it's a Battlefield game. And I know just from Battlefield 4, you had 6 short range sights that you could pick from, and then 5 long range ones you could pick from for like an assault rifle. So, and obviously I don't expect it to be, you're holding an AK and you can pick any one of them, right? That would just be kind of cluttered and all that kind of stuff. Same with the suppressors. Yeah, exactly. So I'm curious if it's like you have a loadout, and that loadout is whatever you bring in with you plus another 1 or 2 more for each section for magazines, foregrips, whatever.
I mean, really, that should be fine. I mean, you shouldn't really have to worry too much about anything other than long range, medium range, and short range.
Right, exactly. So it shouldn't be. I just want to see if that's how it works. And also, I mean, I'm curious just because we saw in the elevator, so I don't know. but can you move? Do you move slower if you have to move, or do you have to be completely stationary while you do this?
I
'Cause
would.
that could-
I mean, for console players, it's going to be hard to do both because you're going to
That's
have to
true.
take your thumbs off of the thumbstick in order to use the D-pad, is what it looks like it is.
Yeah,
So
That's true.
I imagine that'd be a little difficult, but
So do you think that for PC it might be a bit of a different experience then? Because on PC it'd be a lot easier to do that because you could just hold down tab, and then while you're holding on tab, keep walking, and then take your mouse and fucking quickly switch.
yeah, or even if they use arrow keys for it. I mean, even if you're
That's what I'm
using,
saying.
WASD or whatever and moving around, you can use your arrow keys to flip through it real quick. I mean, so yeah, I think it will be a little bit different. But I don't know. I mean, if you're one of those crazy people that use claw grip, like you might be able to do both. I don't know.
You'd be a
Yeah.
god.
People are impressive.
I'm curious just because I brought it up to Nick earlier, where if you're in the middle of a gunfight and you have the smallest magazine that you're using and you run out of ammo real quick, how feasible is it for you to switch to that 50-round drum mag real fast while you're in the middle of the fight? Obviously, I'm sure you'd have to reload it with ammo. It wouldn't be like you just switch it, it's in your gun, and now it's got 50 more rounds.
Yeah,
Because that would
mean-
be, yeah, you'd be able to kill anybody if you could just get to cover real quick.
In the gameplay trailer, there's a little bit of like a delay when you switch it.
It looks like
there's like
he
a 1 or
switches
2
it and then it goes
second.
down and
Yeah,
he
there's
switches
an
it, it goes
animation
down, comes back
delay.
up.
So I mean, I
So-
don't think it's gonna be like a
Unlimited
an unlimited
ammo
cheating
type.
mode kind
Yeah.
of thing or whatever,
Right.
and fast-paced cheats. I think it's more like when you
Yeah.
like what it was shown, like when you're entering the building and now you need to go stealth mode, right? You would have your nocturnal stealth abilities
dark,
and stuff
baby.
like that. Yeah.
I like that they did the C4 thing from the trailer, the
Yeah.
reveal trailer we
Yeah.
saw in game. I thought that was awesome. It
It's
was
like they
nice little
knew
bit of
we
fan service.
wanted that too, because everybody's like, "But where's the C4?" And then in the next trailer that came out the
They're
next
like, "We
day,
knew."
like,
Yeah.
"Hey, we got
I like
you."
I like the zip lines too. I thought that's a neat touch. I'm curious if that's a specialist thing that you can put them down, or if it's just their place throughout the map.
More trick shots,
and they just
damn it.
stay there, right? It's curious, but no, I thought it blew my mind. Like I think Brody summed it up perfectly, where it's Battlefield 4 turned up to 11. Just it looks beautiful. I like watching the Osprey get sucked into the tornado, like watching it bounce on the sand as it came up. I thought that was that looks cool instead of it just being like a simple tornado's here, it gets thrown back, right? Instead of you could see it get dragged along the ground. That was good.
So Yakuza Like a Dragon got a trailer, which was really odd, but it was basically to announce that it was coming to Game Pass. None of us are Yakuza players, but cool. I mean, more things on Game Pass just makes it that much better. We got another look at 12 Minutes, which is kind of an indie game, a top-down. You have
Dafoe.
like a 12, William Defoe's in it. But you have like 12 minutes to solve it's kind of like a murder type deal, right? But this is pretty cool. It's going to be launching on August 19th for the Xbox Series X and S, PC, and it will be launching on Game Pass. We got a new Psychonauts 2 trailer, and actually a release date now as well. So this will be coming to Game Pass and obviously your Xbox and Xbox X, Xbox S, One, whatever, on August 25th.
Is anyone like pumped for Psychonauts 2? Like, is anybody here like a Psychonauts?
I'm stoked for it.
Yeah, I was gonna
so
say I was
stoked.
waiting for Nick to chime in because he seemed to be the most interested in it while we were watching.
So the first game was awesome. I remember playing that when I was a lot younger. And this game has been talked about for such a long time. Countless setbacks to them and everything, but it looks like they're finally getting this game out. And I'm curious to see how this successor to the first one, because the first one did very good. It was a very well received game. Everyone loved it, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do with this. Can they keep that momentum up for Psychonauts 2 that they had in the first one, or has it been too long since the first ones came out? Is my question. Do people still care about Psychonauts? So they must, for them to continue to do it, and I think it'll be a home run. I'm hoping it will be.
2005.
Yeah, so it's been a long time.
Oh my!
So-
I didn't realize it was that long ago. I knew it's been a bit, but
Oh yeah. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited for Psychonauts 2.
nice. Doom Eternal is getting a next gen console upgrade, but only for Xbox Series X. So it will be optimized for the console with 60 FPS and ray tracing. This will launch on the Xbox Series X and Series S on June 22nd, which I'm sure there's a lot of very salty people about that.
I'd be pissed.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, when you own the fucking company, so be it.
Yeah, no, I totally get that.
Yeah.
Really quick,
Business, baby.
we point something out. Evan, what just happened? Did you just reset your brain?
Yeah,
You
that whiskey was intense.
Oh, nice.
It just caught me off guard. I had to stop myself from coughing.
Good God, man.
I'm good. I just wasn't
God.
prepared. Dear
Somerville
God.
is a new indie atmospheric platformer coming in 2022. It's okay. I don't know much about it. It's the one that kind of looks like
Okay.
like it looks really good. I just didn't. All right. It was
Cool.
like limbo
Yeah.
inside. Like it was cool. Like, but I don't know. New Fallout 76 expansions are coming. So the Fallout 76 expansion Steel Rain is coming July 7th, and Diggity is returning, which we were excited about until we found out it was in Fallout 76, and that's coming in 2022.
In that video that we did live today, you can literally see us go. You can literally see us going. What is this? Oh my God!
New
what is
Fallout
this?
game? Yeah, we were all like, "Is this a new Fallout game?"
They fucking little tricksters. They bamboozle switcheroonied us because you watch that little
The old bamboozle switcheroony.
Right, really.
you watch that little pit trailer, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, this Fallout looks really good. Like, this has to be Fallout. So when it's never looked this good, and it goes the pit, and I went, oh my God, we're going to the pit. Like, they're doing it. Like, we're getting a full flat, and then it goes coming to Fallout 76. I'm like, you motherfuckers, dude.
Nick was very upset about that. Yeah, I mean, it looked good in just that little short section, but I wasn't particularly keen. I felt like it would have been weird because they're taking away from. First off, if anything, if it was a new Fallout game, I felt like they would have led with that, right?
Sure,
They wouldn't
right.
have started with Fallout 76 and then gone to that.
Yeah,
but
I
on
feel
top
like
of-
it would have been better as like a one more thing type deal. So
That's
I think
true.
the
I can
timing would have
see
been
that.
right, but it seems
Yeah.
weird to trample all over the expansion you just announced or that's coming July 7th and be like,
With
hey,
a
but
pit.
Nobody would have. Yeah,
we're doing
nobody would have paid
something
attention.
better later.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I'll have to see what it. Is it like a separate section of Fallout 76 that I can play without people? Right. I'm curious because then maybe
Yeah.
I'd try it. But like, if it's just
My guess would be the latter.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
May I make
I'm
one
assuming.
more observation?
You sure as hell can.
The Todd father was really quick to get off stage.
He was very quick
I
to
don't
get
blame
off
him.
stage.
He
He
was
did
like,
not stay up there
"Here's-
very long at all.
Did you just
Here's
call
Starfield.
him the Todd father?
The Todd
Yes.
father.
I can't believe you'd give him that kind of like name after what he did to
sorry.
you.
Yeah.
I'm
He hurt
sorry.
you and you
After-
still
yeah,
call him the Todd
after-
father.
My
One hurt
God.
me more.
It's
We'll get
just
into
as.
that,
Oh God.
So we got another look at, or actually a first look at Hades is coming to Xbox because it hasn't
So,
been on the console yet, but it will be launching on Game Pass on August 13th, which is fucking cool because I've been waiting to pick that up until I had some
Same.
time, and now it's coming to Game Pass.
Yeah.
So fantastic. We actually have a release window for Halo. We got kind of a little bit of a trailer for kind of a setup for the story. The cowards didn't show off Craig again, and I'm disappointed.
okay.
You cowards.
Cowards.
For
No,
Halo.
this looked really good though. It was.
That's
Go ahead. Sorry.
no. That's what exactly what I want to say. Like, first off, them showing off the story, that little snippet they showed off, I was like, okay, this is sweet. They got a little bit more into Cortana and what Chief was supposed to do. I'm like, all right, cool. So not retconning anything.
And new Cortana now, whoever she
Yeah,
is.
and we're literally waiting for the Rule 34 to drop on that because it's probably out
It's
there already.
out. It's got to be out.
It has to be.
Right.
We need an expert on this team right now to just
It's probably
check all the
Evan.
Rule 34s out so we don't get in trouble.
Evan has to fill that spot because Matt's not.
the shit they showed for that multiplayer looked amazing.
Mhm.
Amazing.
The armor
So, like,
looked great. It looked more like Reach, which people
Dude.
love.
Yeah.
yeah, like, well, that Hayabusa armor, the new Hayabusa,
Hayabusa.
I was like,
What'd you call
Hayabusa? Baby. It
Looked
looked
so good.
amazing. Totally canceled for that.
Leave it to Jeff.
Good going.
We're trying to
Sam
accurately,
Ridley voice.
we're trying to accurately pronounce the name. No, the fucking multiplayer looked amazing, and I'm super excited for it. I cannot wait to dive into Halo. What is the release date again?
Holiday
This
is all
holiday
we know.
this
Holiday of this year. Yep.
Holiday.
So November,
Jeff's not
December.
amused.
I assume it's going to be late November.
I think it's
would
be
my
canceled. I
guess.
think it's be delayed again.
I don't think
I don't
so.
think they're
You
ready.
think so?
Yeah, because
I
I
think-
don't think they showed off.
The big thing they were waiting on was the multiplayer. I mean, and they need to make some changes, right? But the
Yeah, and
multiplayer
the
wasn't ready to go
dough-face
last year.
characters,
Yeah. Poor Ambe.
which did not
Hey, look-
change. We did not see yet, right? Or well, to
But
a full
we didn't
extent.
see anything really.
Yeah.
Harambe was not given justice in Halo. We need to see it.
Right. Well, I
Right.
mean, that's my thing, right? It's like I just kind of.
Slightly concerned that since it is a free-to-play multiplayer, there's going to be
Microtransactions.
microtransactions to buy
Yeah.
armor and stuff like that. Which is,
As-
I hope that's not the case. But and then also
no.
you're going to have people that people are mad that Battlefield didn't get a single-player mode, but it got a multiplayer mode where you're going to spend the majority of your time anyway, and it's still a full-price game. So I can only imagine that people are going to be upset that this is a full-price game for just the story mode, and the multiplayer is free. Like that one makes less sense to me than Battlefield having just multiplayer, personally.
As long as the microtransactions don't affect the overall gameplay of the multiplayer, I don't care. If like
mean,
they're pushing, they're gonna push out microtransactions. If they do it, hey, spend X amount of dollar. It's not. I'm not saying it's great or anything like that, but spend X amount of dollar on armor set, X amount of dollar on like armor effects and weapon skins. Yeah,
I mean-
okay, whatever. But
They know that it's never. I think after what happened with Star Wars Battlefront 2 and EA in terms of microtransactions, I think every company now knows that if you're going to have cosmetics that people are going to buy, whether it's through a battle pass, like a premium battle pass, or just buying them outright, like you might get. I assume in Halo we'll get a battle pass, and that's fine.
Oh,
'cause,
yeah.
let people get it. And,
A
it's
Spartan
cosmetic
pass.
stuff.
Thank you very much.
Sorry.
Ooh, look at
that's
you.
patented by WASD and Diggity podcasts.
Yeah.
You have the
Microsoft,
task
if
cost
you
to
want it,
use
you got to hit us up.
I don't know if that's how patents work.
We've won
I don't.
$1 billion.
It's not, I don't think it's. I don't. I think I'm with Jeff on this one. But
Shut up, Evan.
We copyrighted it.
but no, I think that it'll be. I mean, yeah, if they're cosmetic, then let people do what they want. I mean, other people are gonna bitch about it and they're gonna go, I'm tired of giving them money, or like I don't want to pay them like
Then
the
don't buy
full yeah. I mean, it's cosmetic, and I mean, I feel like also when you brought up, I think Brody, you said like I don't want like certain armors to be locked behind like paying real money. I kind of got the idea that there might be like a. It might be more with a in-game currency that you get through leveling up and kills and like just doing good and performance-wise, and then
Option to buy it. Yeah.
it's kind of like Siege, right? Like you can get renown where you can just spend it as you play the game. Which I mean, if you play plenty, if you play for a week, you should have enough to get most things that you want. Or you could just, some people might just go, I'll give them $10, get some Siege tokens or Siege coins or whatever, and then I'll just get the armor outright. So I mean,
Which I'm okay with, as
Unless
long as
my
I have
trust
a
is-
way to
yeah.
earn it. That's fine.
without having to spend money, yeah, I think that's important. But I assume there will be a Spartan
operators that
pass.
are renowned.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
playing for a week, I've been able to just buy multiple operators.
And I'm
so
sure
I've gained up
Battlefield is-
all those points. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping that's how it is. As long as they don't charge $10 for the color blue, Fallout 76, we'll be okay.
I feel like Battlefield will do the same thing with specialists too. I don't think they're going
Absolutely.
to force you. I don't think they're going to force you to buy a battle pass to get the specialists for each season. I'm sure it'll be like just like Siege, and it works best that way. Siege has a great way of doing it where it's like, okay, the operators just came out, so they're going to be priced higher than the other ones will be. Or you could just buy the operators themselves outright, or you could just work towards it. Or if you have renown saved up, boom, you got it, right? So like, I feel like
Sure.
in the same vein. Specialists in Battlefield will probably work the same way, and for Halo, especially because it's a free to play, it'll just be the same thing for your specific armor sets that you want and all that kind of stuff. As long as it's just not completely unattainable, like I think Destiny had a problem like that.
Yeah. Like,
Are you referencing something
Avatar.
that we saw yesterday?
No, that's in the past.
That
brother.
was yesterday. We don't talk.
We don't
about
talk
that
about
anymore.
yesterday.
It's a dumb game.
You're just trying to stall for time because you don't want to talk about the PC.
Brody wants to
game.
hear
What's
my
next,
thoughts
Brody?
on it. That's what the problem is.
I got one more thing I wanted to say about Halo before we moved on. So I'm not a big Halo multiplayer fan personally
Right.
anymore. I used to love it back in the day, but this trailer was tailored and created so well that I'm stoked for this now. Like, the trailer was very, very good, and I think they did a good job of conveying exactly what they wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
That nostalgia of a fantastic Halo multiplayer, and also just, I mean, it looked so damn good. Just looked
beautiful.
great.
If you stop playing after Halo 5, let's say even 4, I think this is going to be the Halo multiplayer that brings you back in.
Yeah, I agree.
I really do. I think the way they showed this off was, we know we've had our downfalls a little bit with Halo since we've acquired it. So let's show you what we can actually do. And we'll give you that old arena vibe to it with all the capture the flag, capture the skull, because that's what that looked like. Because you know, so it seems like they're going to be like, let's bring all of our old players back in while also introducing the new players to why the old players are coming back.
Right. And there's a certain confidence that I think comes from being like, hey, the multiplayer is free to play. Like, I think there's a certain level of, like, we got it this time. It's not going to be fucked like 5 was. Like, I think I hope.
5 was fucked.
5 was awful. So I really hope that this is as good as, I mean, at least the multiplayer. The story, I mean, I'm kind of off the story train anyway, so whatever.
I'm still with the story, luckily. So I'm hoping this can really make the wrongs they
mistakes.
did. Yeah, I'm not hoping for. But with this multiplayer, a lot of people could probably see that, like, they could probably misconstrue them giving away for free as them going, we want more players, let's give it for free so we can get everybody. Which, yeah, of course. But, like, I think, like you said, I think they're so confident that, like, we don't need to sell this multiplayer. This thing's going to sell itself for free. And yeah, it's free so more people will come in. But, like, I think, like, we know people are going to keep playing this even after a while. This is going to be good. It's going to be a hit. And I think they're going to keep continuously updating this thing to be insane. We're going to see a resurgence in Halo League after this. I guarantee we're going to see Halo back on top. At least one of the top contenders in esports again after this game comes out. So.
I agree. So we got an ESO Online, which is Elder Scrolls Online. A little trailer showing off that it's getting a next gen console upgrade, and this releases on June 15th, and I don't know about you guys, but I didn't notice much of a difference.
Do we care about Elder Scrolls Online?
Not really.
I do not.
No.
I definitely not. But it's
Party
big. There's
Animals-
18 million players. We're told that.
Party Animals got a trailer, which this game, I love it because it looks like Gang Beasts, but you can be a fucking corgi or a goddamn gator or whatever you want to be. So this will be launching directly onto Game Pass in 2022. I love Gang Beasts, so I love this.
Bro, I can't wait for this
think
game.
It looks so fun. It looks like
ridiculous.
it looks like Gang Beasts, but it's not broken as shit. And they also added in weapons, which is cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And there's like just silly characters.
And all the cool mods that are going to come from it, like all like the weird little hentai mods. That's going to be fun.
I knew you were going the hentai direction right
That's
away.
what Nick goes to.
Diablo
Lord.
2 Resurrected got a release date, so this will be releasing on Xbox One, Series X, PC, September 23rd. It did not
Looks
say
beautiful.
Game Pass. It looks very, very good, especially for a game that is pretty old, and they didn't like entirely build up from the ground up, but they've done a lot of work to it, and it looks fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Plague Tale is getting a sequel, which was announced. So this is called a Plague Tale Requiem. This will be launching on Series X, Xbox One, and PC, and also coming directly to Game Pass in 2022. All right. I didn't know if anybody had anything to say about it. It looked gorgeous.
The
and I hope
poop swarm was cool.
Yeah.
Or those rats?
Yeah, they were.
Those were rats,
They were
bro.
poop rats.
Poop rats.
Rats.
Stop thinking about
It
poop.
looked really good, and I hope they fix a lot of things from the
Stop
first
thinking
one that
about
were a
poop.
pain. But Forza Horizon 5 is announced.
Wow.
This will be set in Mexico.
Yes, it is.
So this will be coming out November 9th of 2021 for Xbox One, Series X, Series S, and PC. And I fully assume this is coming to Game Pass. I don't think it was directly announced that it is.
Yeah,
but
it is. At the very end, it says coming to Game Pass.
Was it? Okay.
I believe so.
So yeah, I mean, it's an Xbox first-party title, so I assumed it was coming to Game Pass.
Very
but this
good,
looked
very happy.
gorgeous.
Yeah,
Head
it looks
empty.
awesome. I don't know. I'm a big fan of like the location, but it's whatever. I mean, I like how there's.
I loved the location personally.
Really?
I thought it was very unique.
I want them to do some.
You want US?
I do.
Fair
Where have
enough.
they done it so far? They've done it in
Britain,
Australia.
done in
Britain was the last one.
Australia.
2 was set in like Spain or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think so. I'll look them up real quick.
I'm glad they're not doing the season stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Because as much as I thought that was kind of cool, that the whole the whole map changed.
Yeah.
It was also kind of annoying.
Right. I don't always
in
want to
many
drive
ways.
in the snow just because it's
Yeah,
winter,
it's
right?
like, hey, I do
I
that
have to deal
enough.
with that in my
Yeah.
everyday life. Fuck off.
Exactly.
I don't want to bother with it.
Exactly. So, but
Oh, no,
it looks beautiful. It's crazy how nice or how realistic everything looks. I mean, it's insane. And then obviously it seems to be like the newest thing now in games is to have sandstorms. So,
So Forza Horizon 5 is set in Mexico. Forza Horizon, the original, was set in Colorado.
Oh, okay.
Forza Horizon 2 was set.
I never played
in-
one, so
That was, I don't know why it doesn't show me where Forza Horizon 2. Yeah, no, this was set in I thought it was Italy. Yeah, southern France and northern Italy. So Europe. And then 3 was set in, where did we say that was? Australia? If I'm not
Yes.
mistaken. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And
it
then
was Australia.
4 was Great Britain as it changed through the sea. Yeah, I like that they didn't go with that. I mean, it was a cool little thing to show off, I think, just for the technology, but in terms of like gameplay, it's like if I could pick, I'd rather just stay in like spring, right? Just warm weather, nothing crazy, or fall. Like as long as it's not snow, right? I don't care about the rain, like whatever. Just throw that shit at me. I'll deal with that. But like, I don't want the snow. No, thank you.
I was also surprised that this is coming out so soon because we hadn't heard anything about this. It was entirely
No.
under wraps. There was no leaks. There was nothing like that until this launch or this trailer. And they're like, hey, November 9th. I'm like, God, I mean, that's close. Like, we're not too far from that, really.
We're not far off at all from that.
I love stuff like this instead of hearing about it 4 years before it launches and then it gets pushed back for another 2 years and
Right.
it creates a weird hype train and then you just get let down. I love this, like 5 months later, like here it is, or 6 months later or whatever it is, I think that's great.
To throw my quick 2 cents in because I have the bladder of a 7-year-old after a long summer day.
Ooh.
This game, yeah, big times. This game, I've been watching Letterkenny.
Oh, right on, yeah.
That shows. Do they speak like that there?
Yeah, dude, I grew up like 15 minutes away from where that's based out of.
That shit's insane. They talks so's funnies. So you get it, Letterkenny. That's how
They talk
you get it.
so's funnies. You, sir, are from
This
Michigan.
game looked. Yes. God damn it. This game looked great. I was impressed at everything I saw with Forza, and goddamn, I don't play racing games, but if we get us to play, I would download and play this game with you guys.
Dear Lord, don't.
Why?
Because you don't know how to drive.
I'm fucking fun.
No, you're not. Not when you
I'm
drive in video games.
Fucking fun to play
You-
games with.
You're the guy who I'll say go forward and take a left, and you will go backwards and just keep going backwards.
Seeing these like large scale maps and environments get me so excited for Grand Theft Auto, like the next one.
Oh, for what they can do? with that
Yeah,
game?
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you know, a lot of stuff with Grand Theft Auto you can interact on a closer level. I mean, here's the thing, right? Like, people forget this. You're a car, right? Like, you can't reach out and touch shit as a car. You can't walk around into a nook and cranny as a car.
Have you ever seen the movie Cars, Jeff?
I have.
Come
They
on.
don't go into shit. They don't go into anything.
Kerchow!
Kerchoo.
Kerchoo, man.
Kerchugga.
Yeah, say kerchoo so we don't get sued.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Owen Wilson will have severe problems if we say Kerchow.
Right.
Come on, man.
Wow. Can't believe it.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I hate his fucking nose.
I think he hates it, too.
He's fantastic in Loki, though, by the way. Just throwing it out there.
Then go get a fucking nose job.
Yes.
What? You got a lot of shit to say about people's physical qualities, Nick.
It's his iconic broken-ass
Yo, he's
nose.
getting...
Nick,
Nick's getting...
Nick, you
Nick's
could look in the
getting
mirror
super,
and think about that for a second.
super full of himself on his one sliced bread diet.
He got punched in the nose one time, and then he
Did you
probably
really
just looked
just
at the
do
guy and
this,
went,
Jeff?
wow.
What? I said, yeah, you've got confidence. It's not a bad thing.
Guess what?
What?
I looked at myself in the mirror today, and I fucking vomited.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't. You
That
looked
was
in
the
the mirror
bread.
and you said, "I'd
That was
fuck
the
me."
bread.
Yeah.
I looked down at my
the bread.
penis resting on top of my satchel, and I went, fuck.
That was just the amount of whiskey that you've had in the last week and the lack of food.
What are you talking about? We're doing
Right.
fine on this podcast.
Yeah, we're doing great. So Far Cry 6 got another gameplay trailer, or
It's a
a
Far
new
Cry 6.
gameplay trailer. I'm just moving on. It's fine.
I don't
We
blame
did a
you.
lot
No,
of shit
no.
to go
Okay,
through.
they did. That's right. They did get a. They did get the gameplay.
Yeah, they got a
trailer.
gameplay.
Which how weird is
trailer,
that? Because Ubisoft was
it
just
was
a
weird.
trailer.
And they just
Why wouldn't
had,
Ubisoft show the gameplay?
They had a
We
Far
don't know.
Cry. They had a Far Cry event like earlier this week.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, 2 weeks ago they had a thing where they showed
Yeah,
off a
2
bunch
weeks ago.
of gameplay. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I'm oversaturated in Far Cry right now.
They want you to buy.
I'll wait. I'll wait until it gets closer, and we'll reevaluate then.
Well, I mean,
We got a-
who's a Far Cry
yeah.
fan in here? Like, is there?
I think Evan is.
Is it just?
I'm a fan of it, but like, I don't know. I want to see something different from this one.
So
I don't
like,
wanna
yeah,
just get a
has this
repeat of 5.
It's not gonna happen.
has this like
I know.
carried on too long, Evan?
Just like with like, you mean just the general
Series
vibe they do with each one, just the series. I think that there's gotten a point where it's like you guys could have stopped and like maybe taken a break. It's kind of turning into their Assassin's Creed, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's just gonna come out every year or every other year because they've done it before where they had 3, 4, and then they made Primal, which came out very shortly after 4 because all they did was just take the map of 4 and remake it. But they just took
Right,
the same
yeah.
general size of it. And then they did the same thing with 5. They did 5 and then they did New Dawn. And so I would just like to do 6 and then stop for like 2-3 years and then develop a real nuanced story and go real in depth and then just go with that. See where it leads you. Just stop doing the same shit over and over again.
Yeah, good answer.
That's
Jeff
every
Jeff
E3
liked
for me.
this. Jeff
That's
will remember this.
That's E3 every year for me. Is stop doing the same shit over and over again.
Yeah.
Boy,
Yes.
are you gonna be disappointed.
Yeah, I know.
We got a trailer for Slime Rancher 2, which showed off for the very first time. This is coming 2022. None of us were super excited about that by any means. And I got on Twitter, and apparently it was trending on Twitter. So I guess
It's a
we're
huge
wrong.
thing. It's got a
Yeah,
huge
people
following.
fucking love it. And I watching the gameplay. I'm not. I don't know.
I think it's
I'm
just,
not feeling it.
I think it's just kind of like some mindless shit, you know, that people just like to pour around for an hour and 2 and just go ranch some slimes, bro.
Yeah, I guess. More power to him.
Has anyone here played that?
No.
No. Unless you
Not-
could
no.
stab the slimes.
Right. I
not,
have to be
Slime
able to kill
Stabber.
things. Jack Sparrow is coming to Sea of Thieves.
was
So
cool.
this is launching on June 22nd.
You said that's cool, Nick?
It looked cool. See if thieves.
Hey,
you know,
look, not attacking it.
I'm looking.
Not attacking it.
I know.
It also adds an original Pirates of the Caribbean story to put into it as well.
What a crazy
interesting.
like timeline for this game, because remember this thing launched and people were just not about it at all.
Yeah.
And it took like a solid year and a half, almost 2 years for people to pick it up.
We
get going
on
with
our
it.
server, me, Evan, and a couple of friends played it. Starting last year. Evan just called me a clown in the chat.
That's rude.
It's rude. You fucking goof.
Did you not like how I burst into the chat and said, "Y'all bitches, shut up, Elliot."
Oh my God.
But yeah, no. I mean, we started playing this game like last year or some shit, and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hop into this because of everything I saw and like heard." And Evan literally was like, "Dude, just fucking load it up. I promise you'll have fun." And as soon as I loaded up, he was like, "Hey, check this out." He like fucking like go up to this cannon, press E, and I was in the cannon. He just launches me onto an island. I'm like, "What the fuck is happening?" And it was a blast. Like, so
Yeah.
I think this expansion, and it's free, is going to be wonders for this game. I think it's going to continue to keep this game thriving, especially with the newfound love that this game has with everybody now. So, very interested to see what it's going to do.
It always is doing very well on Steam as well. Like this game does exceptionally well. My first experience and only experience with this game was hopping into it right as the game launched. I loaded into a party of already 3 people. They locked me in the fucking jail and never let me out. And I have not played the game since then.
We did that to
I
Nick.
thieved you, bro.
Yeah, I got put in the poop deck.
It was stupid. I fucking hated that aspect of it, and I haven't gone back since. And it's nothing against the game.
We'll play
it
with
was
you.
a bad first experience. Like, yeah,
Oh, no,
I'd
no,
love it. I would definitely give it another go, but I haven't yet. I guess.
Brody. What we'll do is so I
Lock
taught
pick?
yes,
Damn it!
I taught Nick how to drink in it, and he was like, "Oh, this is cool," and he just downs like 6 mugs,
Like
and
in
then
real life,
he gets drunk and he starts throwing up all over everybody. And then later on, we're telling him to control the ship. This guy doesn't know how to turn left or right. I watch him go left, and I watch the wheel go right, and I'm like, you don't know how directions work. Like, you don't know your lefts and rights. So we voted to put him in the brig, and then we just got drunk and then threw up on him in the brig. So I mean, it was a pretty good.
Yeah,
game.
they just torched. You know, the
It
greatest
was
insult
truly-
I ever had slung at me the other day was
What?
it's from Jeff. When Jeff
did Jeff
insulted
say?
me the other day, he's like, "How do you live day to day?"
How do you live?
And then he followed up with like, "I'm surprised you can breathe." I was like, "Damn, Jeff."
I
forgot
think
what
it's one of
stupid
those.
shit.
It was
I
you were
think it's
talking
definitely
about the
one-
gamer toilet, and then something happened, and everyone was like, "I'm just stunned." I'm like, "I'm just amazed this man's alive."
I think didn't you say that earlier today, Brody? I think you
Yeah.
said that today about the Gaben thing. You're like,
Yeah.
I'm amazed that you're living, right?
Right? I think Sea of Thieves is one of those games you have to go in with at least one other person to enjoy
Yeah,
it.
sure.
Playing by yourself, it
Sea
sucks.
of
Like
Thieves.
It's like Gang
Sea of
Beasts. You
Thieves.
want to play it with
Sea of
buddies
Thieves.
rather than
Right.
just by yourself.
and I
yeah.
think that's my mistake. I never really played
Brody.
it with anybody or found anybody to play it with me.
God, Brody.
Right.
Oh, the
what was
Mexico E.
What was the name
or
of
Xbox
that
event?
What was the name of
It was
those
the-
events before the world was ravaged by
Xbox
COVID?
is- Xbox.
God, it's like
it was
World
Xbox-
something or whatever, right? Something really
yeah,
weird, and then like Phil Spencer came back from Mexico and gave the world COVID, and that's how we.
I don't know. Where we were.
Is this
I'm just joking, he did not do
Diggity
that.
first?
He did
Is
not
this Diggity
do that.
first right now. Brand
You
new.
want you want me to distract the audience? The podcast version, people are like, "What are you talking about?" I'll distract the audience while Brody looks it up.
Oh, Jesus. No, we'll just
Going.
move on.
No, he did. He took it back out, dude.
Jesus. I'm impressed.
Sorry, I got too excited.
I just remember.
Brody,
I just
don't get-
remember that crowd of like in Mexico, and it was like it was almost like a Mexican soccer game, like a soccer match, and they were all just like, "Sea of Thieves, Sea of Thieves!" Like there's like
That's sweet.
100 people just rolling around there, and they just keep chanting every name of every game that they announce. It's too
What do
funny.
they call this? I still I can't. Xbox Wire? No.
No, that's like
I can't
that's their
remember what they were
newsletter.
called.
We'll figure it out. It's fine. Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
we'll figure it out.
I'm very curious now.
Oh,
Oh, now you got Brody on a
Jesus.
fucking tangent.
Okay, I'll move on.
Yeah,
Okay, so we got shown Shredders, which is his new snowboarding game coming in 2021. This thing's pretty wild looking. Like it was, it's a very, very goofy kind of looking game. I thought originally it was like SSX, and I was like, please don't toy with my heart like that. And then
Right.
like the logo and everything is super super hipstery and super like out there on the logo. So I imagine the game's gonna be pretty crazy.
XO18. I found it.
XO?
XO18.
Okay, all right. Anyways, it looks pretty much like a steep, but with a mix of kind of shit that's actually, a pretty solid snowboarding simulator, but also the ability to do some not so realistic tricks as well.
It reminded me of that most recent skateboarding game. I can't remember what
Skater
it's
XL.
called. Yeah, it reminded me kind of like a Skater XL type of thing, where it's like this kind of more of a close up look, and like the moves or the different tricks and stuff look like they're a little bit more involved to actually pull off, rather than like a Tony Hawk where you just hit a button type deal,
Yeah. I mean,
But it looked cool.
Is anybody gonna play this? Hey,
I probably won't.
stop
No.
messaging me, Nick, on Discord, because then it shows up on the stream.
That's fine.
Nick, are you trying to? Nick, what, are you talking shit? He walked away. He walked away. It doesn't even matter.
Wait, you're talking shit.
Yeah.
This was fine. It looked. I don't know. It's not what I wanted to see from a snowboarding game. I want a return of like SSX type deal.
That's what I
But
was
this
hoping
was-
for, and
The camera angles are kind of weird on this, and like, to me, and this isn't an insult, but to me, it you could tell it was developed by an indie studio. Just, I don't know,
Sir?
I'm not.
I'm insulted.
No, you aren't.
No, no.
How dare
Did you
you.
insult Jeff?
No,
No.
Nick, stop messaging me on Discord though, because the notifications pop up on freaking
And let me ask
stream.
again.
You
Let me ask again.
dingbat.
You talking shit? Yeah, that face right there means yes.
Good God.
Nick, look at me. Hospital or graveyard?
We got a new trailer for Atomic Heart, which
Bro, you just continue saying, okay, I'm just gonna
yeah,
keep
we're
going.
good. We don't actually have a release date, but we do know it will be coming to Game Pass when it does come. This is that Russian cyberpunk game that we've always wanted.
Oh my God! Don't.
We're keeping with that meme.
We're gonna
It looked
stick with
great.
that.
We gotta keep
It
it.
looked really good.
It looked fucking
Very, very,
weird.
very cool.
It looks creepy.
It looked
It
Russian as shit.
Yeah. Whatever shit they got going on over there, but this,
A lot.
this game has been pushed. Yeah, a lot. This game has been pushed back and back and back and back for years now. And I'm finally excited to see this game be at a major conference like this, right? So like, it has to be doing well. Evan, you're an idiot.
I didn't get that.
anyway.
Elliot did.
That's amazing.
Yeah, Atomic Heart
That's
looked great.
It looked cool, but it's probably not something I'm gonna really check out that much. It didn't pull me in, I guess, as much as I thought it would. I had heard about it for a while, but it just didn't grab me the same way.
Back when we used to do like a Diggity indie radar, that game actually almost made it in one time, and because it was supposed to be releasing pretty soon, and this was like a year and a half ago.
Yes. It was a long time ago.
It didn't. We didn't include it, and it also didn't come out clearly. So, well, there's that. We got a sneak peek at what the PC gaming show was going to be. A pixel art dystopian thriller game called Replaced, which will be coming to Game Pass in 2022. That was a joke about how the PC gaming show was entirely filled with pixel games, in case you did not watch the PC Gamer show.
High probability.
A very high probability, and I don't blame you. But this looked really cool. I mean, for the pixel game thing is really wearing on me at this point. I'm kind of over it.
So much.
It's
It's a new
oversaturated. For
zombie.
sure. Yeah,
And
kind of.
we're about to move into an alien phase. If anyone's
I
noticing
think we're
that.
about
Ready
to
to
move
go
into
alien.
one more before that.
hentai.
Vampires. Hentai as well. Tentacle.
Well, vampires have been pretty all over the place
That's
as
true.
well lately.
Yeah. But now I think we're moving to aliens.
And then hentai.
I mean, hentai goes
Yeah.
with any applicable
I think
category. It's almost a
Goes
subcategory
back
of
and forth.
main
I think
category.
Can
hentai
I-
is kind of consistent.
There is a cycle to the universe.
If there's one market you can always bet on being consistent, it's hentai. It's the most sound investment.
Could I get one person in this chat before we move on to the next game
God.
to give me their best hentai noise? Like,
You said in the
You know,
chat?
things
You
they
mean
did.
you mean on video here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of us.
yeah, I need you guys. Okay, I like that.
Yeah,
Brody?
Jeff does a pretty good job.
You gonna do it? Bro?
I don't know if
Evan's
I
just
got
like, yeah, what the fuck?
I know you have it in you, Brody.
it. That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna do that.
You know,
I need a breather.
I don't know
need
if
a
I can
breather.
alter my voice enough in order to get it high enough for that shit.
what you gotta
I
do
need-
is you gotta grab yourself by the grundle. You gotta grab the grundle's pole.
Can you do it again for me, Nick?
No,
Just
you're
give
gonna
me-
snap. You're gonna give me a
No,
snap.
I'm not gonna snip you. My hands are up like this. I just want to hear you so I know what to do.
One of those things. You know what I'm saying?
Grounded is getting a new update.
What game?
Grounded.
Masaka.
Okay.
Grounded is
fun
getting a
game.
new update. We didn't get a release date. Oh, I guess at end of June sometime. This is called the Shroom and Doom update, which adds pets, a new spider boss, which also there's an arachnophobia mode where you could turn it off and turn them into like a blob.
That
and
means so
more.
much for me.
Yeah.
because I hate that shit.
You don't like spooters?
I not at all. I don't like a lot of insects. I'm cool with snakes, but
Oh, fuck
Fuck
snakes.
you, man.
I would deal
I
with
can-
spiders before
Like-
snakes. You absolute fucking madman.
You're crazy as fuck,
can-
bro.
Appeared as a snake, you
He
fuckhole.
goes, "Fuck you."
he said, "Fuck
Yeah,
you,
you're
man."
crazy, bro.
I can deal. I can deal with. Yeah, I can deal with snakes. I can't deal with.
You
with
can't trust
insects.
anything that doesn't have fucking legs.
Yeah.
I can't trust a spider. I can't trust anything that has more than 4.
It also
to be honest,
it also isn't piss liquid. They
That's also
fucking piss calcium blocks.
that's pretty badass though. Could you do that? No.
No, I don't want to do
Okay.
that. It sounds like a
Snakes-
fucking
snakes
urinary.
are better.
It sounds like snakes just have UTIs all the time.
I mean, they're living their best life. Let them do what they gotta do.
It's just squiggling
Passing kidney
UTI.
stones every day, baby. Ugh.
This is the price they pay. I mean, have you ever seen a snake in a top hat? They're pretty harmless.
Yeah, I've seen that, but I just
Yeah,
Okay,
depending
then.
on the type of fucking snake.
I would rather
like-
just
Not all snakes are the same.
I like when they add a little stick hand that's going.
yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Snake?
They're
Snake
harmless.
is fine.
we're not
Snake is
talking about
bad.
the North American dapper
Danger
rattlesnake. We're talking about
North American dapper rattlesnake.
What
we're
snake are
talking
we
about
talking
the other
here?
snakes, the other 99% of snakes, dude. We're not talking about the 1%er snakes that can afford top hats and fucking arms. Come on.
The sons of Stanarchy.
The 1%ers of snakes, the ones who can afford top hats.
Yeah.
The upper class of snakes. Jesus.
Like, I mean,
we
I'm
gotta-
I'm cool with like the biggest snake ever, like the
Brody,
Titanoboa.
get the show back on the rails.
Sorry,
We got a trailer for the Outer Worlds and not
posting a
snakes.
snake. I'm posting a snake.
Stop
We
posting
have
shit in
no-
the Discord. It shows up with the stream. God damn it.
We have
Let them see the snake.
no date for it.
Okay, I'll put the fucking snake up on the stream. Just chill. Relax.
I am relaxed. You relax. You got a lava lamp.
We got a
There
we got
it
a
is,
trailer
isn't it?
for the Outer Worlds 2. There is no date for it. It looks like more of the Outer Worlds, and it will be coming to Game Pass and Xbox and PC when it does launch.
This surprised me.
I thought we
I
just got
did
the
not
Outer
expect
Worlds.
this at all.
We did like 2 years ago.
2019, October of 2019.
That's
Okay.
wild to me that they already. Well, that's a
couple years.
Gotta make
Alright,
money,
that's
guys.
Yeah,
God forbid
I mean, I
we use
guess-
our expansive worldly game to bring more DLC to it and services. It's just-
they had DLC.
I know.
which,
Let's
I
just chuck out more shit for $60.
I'm thoroughly impressed, but I also don't think we're actually going to see this until like 2023 or 2024.
I mean,
Like I think this
Per the
was
trailer,
that,
they
that,
just
like,
have the
hey,
title.
4 year. Yeah, it's not much of anything. Like, hey, we're like 2 years out, 3 years out on this, so okay. Kind of weird, but I mean, cool. The first game was pretty decent.
What did you
It was
guys? What
alright.
did you guys? What did you guys think? Did you guys play through it? I played it for I'm not kidding. I played it for 5 minutes. Saw how I collected shit like inventory wise, and I
I got
stopped.
bored. I got really bored of the Outer Worlds.
I played for 5
I-
minutes.
I played a few hours.
I didn't touch it. How did you collect shit?
It was like
Poorly.
like the Fallout 4, right? Like if I'm not mistaken. Whereas like you would walk over to like a container and then it would show everything in
You
the
have to
container,
click
like
every single thing. Yeah.
you would click take all, or you would just and I didn't care for that. I was like,
Yeah.
no, dude, no,
that,
thank you.
That shit wears me out because I
Yeah,
there's something inside my brain that has to open every container.
It sounds like
And I
whoever
can't-
created that was simply out of this world.
God damn it. So we got a new trailer for the Ascent.
Nick hit Nick hard, dude. He's speechless, baby. Woo!
This will be releasing on July 29th of 2021. This will be coming to obviously Xbox Series X and S. It's kind of a like isometric cyberpunk action game, and it looks pretty cool.
the isometric cyberpunk we never got.
Yeah,
You would say
the cyberpunk game we've always wanted.
The game we never got.
yes. The game we never
It's
got.
a whole.
This is just gonna be us ripping on Nick's like greatest hits of the things he wanted
I
that
still
never
can't
got.
fucking play it on my PlayStation.
Yeah, you can't.
You can go buy a physical copy.
Why would I do that? Why would I go physically
We own
buy?
the
Why would I go
digital
physically
copy
buy
of it.
malware?
You didn't have to yell at me like that.
We got a
Applause to
new
Jeff.
We got a new Age of Empires 4 trailer. This will be releasing on PC on October 28th. I don't think there was anything saying this was coming to Game Pass, but they've been pushing Age of Empires pretty heavily, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt that it would come to Game Pass at least shortly after it launches, but who
Right.
knows. Among Us got 15-player lobbies, which fuck me, I guess.
Go, you weird
Wow.
bogus people, go.
Get you
I'm
some.
looking for all the people that care about this. I don't find any of them.
Oh yeah, no, it's just all of the people in the fucking IGN chat that said Among Us constantly, and all of the typically children that watch the
It's
YouTube
6-year-old kids who sit there
love it.
and play on their phones at recess.
I can say firsthand. I know several people. Nick and I know several people.
They suck.
They are people who are grown adults. They are they have babies,
They-
like literally
They
Landon's age.
suck. Is that what you said?
They suck. They play
Yeah.
they play Among Us every night. I swear to you. They play
Fuck
Among Us
that.
every night. It's amazing too because like looking at Nick here, he's on like 2 or 3 times a week and he takes care of his kid who's what, a year old now, Landon? Yeah, he's a year and a
Yeah,
couple
yeah.
months. And it's like
I like
the
how he,
same
I like
age.
how he pressed that to Landon. The question is if Landon could answer that.
Thank you, Landon.
Landon,
Thank you for the answer. I
Landon, chime
appreciate
in,
it.
please.
Moving on.
about a year old.
Landon was answering questions earlier. I thought it was awesome.
Evan.
No, no, he wouldn't say that. He likes me. But
does.
like they
Give your balls a tug, you tit fucker.
but like no, like they play it every day. It's kind of it's honestly impressive at the fact that it's like you guys like this game that much.
Yeah, it's odd. I mean, I get it. It's like a fun little game to like just pass the time with. I get that.
But
But
there,
makes
it
I guess
too fun.
there are so many games like the style
Like
of game
Cookie
is not
Clicker.
new.
Cookie
Thank
clicker
you.
is a great
Thank
way to
you,
pass
Brody.
time.
Do not get
There's
Evan on
not
Cookie
just-
Clicker. Do not do
Jesus.
this.
Lord.
No, but
This is your monster now.
For all purposes though, Among Us just has the worst visual style and the worst gameplay, and I don't understand why it is such a big game. Other than the fact that like you can play it on your phone and like play with
Because
people on
every
PC.
kid at recess has their dad's hand-me-down phone that he used to jerk off at work in the stall with, and now they're all playing at recess.
you are so descriptive. It's impressive.
I'm descriptive
I love it.
because I bring reality to the whole thing.
Jeff is
Everyone's
like,
sitting
"I
there
was
with their
that dad."
dad's spank bank phone at recess playing Among Us.
Accidentally one day they just stumble upon the
Just
picture
go to
of
open
mommy
the
with
gallery.
a tit out. Mommy's got one tit out and dad's going next to it.
Next
one for the guys at work.
Remember that trip to Cancun?
Oh no.
Hey, check this out, Timmy. This is where you were conceived.
So
Good lord.
It goes through the
Move,
search
Birdie.
history.
Birdie
and
move, Birdie move,
goes
Birdie
through the
move.
search history, and Baldo keeps coming up.
Waldo makes a return. I'm gonna butcher this name, but Ayuden Chronicle is getting a spin-off game. Cool.
You do, you got it.
100 Hero. So Ayuden Chronicles 100 Heroes, which is a spiritual successor of the cult favorite Sudoku RPG series. Sudoku.
Hadouken.
Sukoden.
Yeah,
canceled.
so there was that, and there was actually another Ayuden Chronicles that was announced during this too, but I don't have the name of it in front of me. So, but that's coming in 2023.
Congrats.
to
Fucking
Game
A,
Pass.
dude.
I didn't care about it when they showed me the trailer, and I care about it less now that they have given me a release date.
What a shame.
I'm the JRPG guy, and
What a
I
shame.
wasn't feeling this.
Dude,
so.
schedule this in for 23.
Yeah, I won't.
You're not gonna pencil them in?
No, I'm good.
What do you got going on in 2023?
I mean,
You tell me right now.
He's insulted.
Currently,
you
I'm
tell
not
me how you
sure,
could
but-
possibly be busy in 2023.
Yeah, right.
What are you doing? Raising kids? Good for you.
You will be, Nick.
yeah, no shit.
Ooh.
Fuck, by 2023, you might have a second.
Talk to me like that again. I want to sleep again.
No,
Okay.
you don't.
No, you
It's my
don't.
promise.
Prove it. Prove it.
Go to sleep right now.
There's
Ooh.
one
After this, I'm
surefire
done.
way to prove it, and it involves some fucking scissors, bud.
Yeah.
Not
Snip,
really
snap, snip,
scissors.
snap.
It's a little bit.
Yeah, but I
more
could
involved
reverse.
than this. And it's also getting a Top Gun tie-in. So the NES version.
The danger zone, baby.
Nah,
You could have done the Need for Speed thing. That would have been better.
Danger Zone.
What? Need for Speed?
Welcome.
I feel the need for speed. Have you never seen the movie?
Scientology.
Oh, you were right. Dude, really quick. Stevie
No.
was a punk ass bitch.
Do you think there's gonna be like the Scientology plane also? DLC.
Ah,
pack
bro, it's not gonna
comes
be
in there?
nothing. It's just gonna be.
No,
it's
no.
gonna be
You know what
jets.
they're gonna
It's
do?
be
They're gonna
jets.
fly the planes over volcanoes, and that's where they're gonna drop the souls.
Dude, can we
You
just
didn't-
enjoy?
Have you gotten into Scientology before?
No, way deep. Don't even.
LRH, dude, insane.
Don't even.
I drove by the Scientology building in Clearwater when I was down there.
There's one in downtown Detroit, and every
I
time I
drove
go, I move them.
the one near LA, the Celebrity Center.
This place is a fucking fortress.
Oh yeah.
It is
And
insane.
they follow you. They follow you, dude. They get all fucking fidgety and shit when you get close to their building. If they know, like, they're weird. And I went there and I pulled my pants down. And I
No
moved them.
shit.
I fruit basketed them.
You fruit
So-
basket.
Dick, balls, butthole, and
Here's your science.
as soon as that,
Here's
if you
science
wanna-
for you,
dude.
bitches.
So as soon as I did that, sorry to segue. As soon as I did that,
I mean,
just
you
see
definitely
some
didn't
dudes
segue. You
come
just
out
kind of
like,
just said it.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Can I be
Fucking
honest
brush
though?
off.
My favorite thing about this story, real quick, is that Nick went and fruit basketed the Scientology people,
The
and then
Church
he
of
went. They're weird. They
Scientology.
followed me after that. It's like
Yeah,
you
they
just
had their
walked up
phones
to
in their
them and
hand.
just.
and I was like, they are calling the police. It's time to go.
But my favorite thing about that is you went and did.
No, they're
you were the
calling Tom
aggressor.
Well, the problem
Yeah,
with this
I like
is that is
He was the
Tiny Tom
aggressor, and
It's-
he's like they're weird.
it really
It's like
sounds
you
as,
walked up and you.
it really sounds as if Nick that you thought that you being on that would somehow make you not in America, and then that would be okay at that point, and then you're just like,
Yeah.
oh boy, I guess in
I
this
would've-
world in Clearwater, Florida, these people.
You know what? You know what I would have said to the police? This was in downtown Detroit. I would have been like, I don't speak good English. I'm sorry. This is how we greet each other in Romania.
They probably would have believed
It's
it.
called the
Down-
fruit basket.
Detroit, they have worse things to worry about than your
they
fucking
probably
dick
wouldn't
and
even-
balls being out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some
I
white
probably
kid with
wouldn't have
the
cared.
words "dick butt" tattooed on his ass. I have that. I have that tattoo.
You have dick butt tattooed on your ass?
Yeah,
He
dude.
does.
Jesus fucking
I
Christ.
trust you. I
This is
don't
a
want to see
different
it. I trust you, but I don't want to see it.
sure?
I have this very bad feeling we're going to end up seeing it one day.
Probably. I'll get probably too drunk when we come down to your guys'
Uh-huh.
state.
Uh-huh.
I'll make sure the ladies aren't around.
As
I gotta
one
make
does
sure
while
that
they're in
the
Indiana.
I gotta make sure that the back patio is not booked for a porno.
I don't want to talk about your back patio.
Gets pretty
Okay.
full, dude.
Fucking
Pretty-
Brazers is
pretty
coming over
full of
like every
bookings,
other
dude.
Saturday that month.
Pretty
so.
full of bookings. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's
We're
a
starting
nice
to get into the
back patio,
weekdays now.
I fucking hate you. Can we go on to the next goddamn game?
So, to kind of wrap this up, Arcane revealed their new IP called Redfall. This is kind of where our whole zombie talk came from earlier. This will be an Xbox exclusive because Arcane is under Bethesda, obviously.
Yep.
And they're behind series like Dishonored and Prey and most recently Deathloop, which may come out at some point in time. But this is like it looks like a co-op game of 4 people where you fight off a legion of vampires. This is coming sometime in 2022. There was some things about this trailer I kind of liked, and a lot of things I'm not too sure about. I'm not really about the whole zombie or the vampire thing. Sorry, also not zombies, but
Are you
whatever.
gonna be happy when it turns into aliens next year?
Maybe, yeah. That might do it for me.
All right.
Oh,
So
hell
what
yeah.
I've read is that it is going to be an
Oh,
open
hell
world
yeah.
co-op type game.
Yes. Open
So
world
that
co-op,
sounds cool.
immersive sim. They've thrown
It sounds
just about
cool.
everything at the wall at this point. Yeah.
If it's like a survival-esque game, and it's not like, because like what scared me when I first saw the trailer was there was 4 players, and immediately I went, please do not do this.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. I was like, don't do this. We don't need Evolve, Back 4 Blood, Left 4 Dead, Predator, fucking the new Alien game coming out. Like, we don't need this. So that scared me. Then I read, it's like, no, this could be open world, this and that. I'm like, okay, cool. So if they can go down like the survival route with this, I think it'll be sweet.
Yeah, I think there's some aspects of this that look cool, but I mean, we really don't know a whole lot to really judge it, I guess. I mean, we got a trailer. Like it wasn't, there was no gameplay in this or anything like that. The trailer was kind of cool. I mean, there was some really cool moments within it. There was some corny moments in it, just things like that, you know, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure about this, and I also don't entirely know if this deserved the one more thing.
I don't think it did. I think
really
they could have ended
don't.
off on a bigger note.
Yeah, I mean, they could have done Starfield at the end of this, I think.
They could have shown off a
But
little bit more
Starfield,
Starfield.
I think, was
What
also a
about
good
a
start.
what about a fridge?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I guess technically there was also one more thing after the one more thing.
Hell yeah.
Which is the Xbox mini fridge that looks like a Series X that you'll never be able to purchase inside of a fucking store. So instead, you can buy something to hold, like, it looked like maybe 12 cans of fucking
You can
your
buy this?
favorite beer to forget everything in your life. Yes.
Yeah, you can buy this.
No,
How
Nick,
much is
they just showed you a mini fridge
know.
that you couldn't buy.
I'm going to punch you in your fucking Polish face.
I am.
Oh, okay.
Wow, that was descriptive.
Wow.
There's 2
Yeah, it was-
polls here, man.
Okay,
fucking
yeah, wow.
2 Poles, a
Jesus.
Romanian, and me.
Yeah.
Here, include my face in that kerfuffle.
And my fucking British heritage.
Yeah,
it's fine.
There's more things in this fridge. There's more things to
Brody,
be stored in
normal.
this fridge than the E3 conference so far.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
You know what though? With
so-
this fridge, Kotaku, Brody, I want you to divulge on this.
Okay,
Ooh, I
yeah,
wanna
so
indulge, too.
I just
You go
tweeted
first.
it about this because, you know, hashtag journalism. Kotaku decided that they were going to tweet out something that said, Xbox is making a mini fridge because of capitalism.
I have go on with this, but I have a reason for why they actually made it. I have the real reason.
Yes, but we'll get to that. But first
Yeah.
off, Kotaku, a company that is owned, their parent company is fucking rich as shit. And they are also making clickbaity fucking titles so they can get people to come to their page so they get ad revenue. Those fucking assholes tweeting
Paid per
about
click.
capitalism on something that was based off of a fucking meme. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, guys. Come on now. Sorry, I just fucking hate
no,
that
you're-
shit. It's so annoying.
I totally get it, and the real reason why they made it too was because they asked. There was the like a poll on Twitter, and it was
Razer,
Skittles. It was Skittles or
Oh,
Xbox.
Skittles. Yeah. Sorry.
It was Skittles or Xbox, and Xbox won 50.5 to 49.5.
Oh my
and
God.
so because they won the poll, they said that we will move forward on our promise to make those Xbox Series X mini fridges.
I want
and
this.
Skittles is getting the first one though. However,
No,
I
it's
don't think
because
there's
of capitalism, Evan.
I'm sorry.
You know what I
Kinda
hate?
real.
I'm sorry.
You know what I hate?
What do you hate?
Stupid fucking people, and they all work at Kotaku.
I don't like Kotaku at all. I think they're fucking
no.
baiters.
It's
They like to bait.
stupid bullshit. It's a fridge. Put your fucking head in and close it. It's that small. Your head's fucking that small. Clearly, if you wrote
Don't
an
close
article
it.
like
Fucking
that.
slam that shit.
Yeah, let me
Slam
slam
it.
it. Let me
Just
let me bring the fucking people's elbow on top of that fridge. Smash your tiny little brain in it. Unbelievable. I don't
I want this
understand it.
fridge.
How much
I
is
just
it?
watched the video
How much
for it.
is
Fridge
it?
is cool. I don't know.
I
How
don't
much-
see. I don't see a price for it.
I don't think there is a price yet.
I'll find a
But
fucking
yeah,
price for it.
Kotaku is a shitty publication that just posts clickbait head or titles and have nothing valuable to say.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I love it. I mean,
Just like, I mean, perfectly. I don't know. I don't know how many people I want to piss off here, but like 99% of publications for video game journalism. But you know, whatever.
There is
I will
no
buy this
price
fridge.
that I've seen so
I will
far.
buy it if it's under $300. I will get this fridge.
Oh, I can't imagine it'd be
I
That's what I'm
can't.
saying,
Yeah,
like,
$100. I mean,
imagine
mini
$300.
fridges you can pick up from anywhere from like $80 to $120.
For me,
And this is pretty small.
this is gonna be like
This is a collector's
$300
item.
probably because of the fucking.
I would say
Xbox.
200.
capitalism because of capitalism. You
Yeah,
would say.
No,
capitalism,
but for real,
actually.
for
I
me,
would say
this thing
just
is like a
capitalism for
collector's
sure. This
item
smells
thing.
a lot like capitalism.
So like, I would want this just to be like, I have the Xbox fridge.
Yeah. I don't have their fucking
Yeah, you
console,
would do
but
that,
I got a
wouldn't you?
goddamn fridge.
Oh yeah.
You
Which,
capitalist fuck.
You know what's gonna happen with this? Bet you they can't deliver these either. You know, get stuck on a fucking boat halfway from China.
Damn.
I have a good. The shitty thing is for this is that I have a good segue to the PC gaming show, but we can't do that because we had Square Enix first.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is launching holiday.
Well, at least say it.
2021,
What would you have said?
What I was going to say was Jeff reminded me earlier of how when I bitched about how they wouldn't give us an update on getting Xbox Series X's out, Jeff went, well, here's your answer to that. They're making you fridges. And I was like, you know what? That sucks. But I'm still happy because everybody at the PC gaming show, especially our good friend here, Nick, had a terrible time. And that makes me overjoyed. And then I was hoping we would go into the PC gaming show. But no, we can't. We have to talk about Square Enix first.
Oh,
Why is
fuck
Nick
you.
so close? He's so close.
Nick, you don't intimidate me.
I know.
The best part is the tagline for this is Xbox and chill. So there's that.
Jesus,
Is that really what it is? That's awesome.
that's definitely what they wrote.
I fuck with it heavy.
I thought I saw something too where it was like the world's most powerful mini fridge too.
You can see my
Going off
mini
that.
fridge over there in the corner, but I could probably get a second one to put right under my desk here. So
I got one. I got one under my desk. It's great.
Perfect.
I need
Fat
to
piece of
move that
shit.
over here. That'd be good.
I don't have a
Fucking-
mini fridge.
You guys all fell for capitalism, you fucking idiots.
Yeah, for buying a fucking
Anyway,
You
Stupid
buffoons.
people. Idiots.
You buffoons. You guys are bamboozled.
Buying mini refrigerators.
Can I
bamboozled.
find
Less
this article real quick?
functionality.
goddamn sheep.
Yeah, you
Sheep.
can find it, Adam. Just type in
Xbox mini.
fridge.
I'm gonna type in Xbox mini fridge capitalism.
I want a fucking deep freeze. I want like an ice chest, like a big deep freeze.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's from Kotaku
You
Australia.
gonna put fucking ribs in this thing, man?
Yeah.
It's not a
I like it.
I
I
want
like
to go buy.
your
I
style,
want to
Jeff.
go buy a cow
the
and be able
Xbox
to put it in
smoker
my
now,
fucking
though.
Xbox like deep freeze. You know, go buy a
The
cow,
Xbox
get it
Smoker
chopped
was
up.
made. It's called 360.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want
that's-
a PlayStation 5 fucking George Foreman.
Nobody on Twitter likes my knock on fucking Kotaku, and that's disappointing.
Fuck them.
Don't
This
worry.
is
I'm
a
gonna-
terrible. I'm just scrolling thugh this article. It's terrible.
It's so bad,
Dude, these
It's
are the
so bad.
these are also the people that had the guy who's afraid of holes review the Xbox Series X. What an asshole! What a bunch of assholes. It's like, hey, you know, Jimmy's afraid of holes. Let's get him on that one to fucking review.
This is from Ash Parrish.
Ash, more like ass.
This energy drink storage case is. This energy drink storage case is scheduled to hit stores just in time for Christmas because why wouldn't Xbox want to take advantage of a meme during the most important spending time of the year? That's capitalism. Why does it sound like you're like this is being
So
shitty towards it?
vindictive. It's
Yeah, but oh no, they're listening to trends, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what it is.
Fuck.
It's like you would get this for your gamer cousin, right? Like you would get this for
Yeah.
your son who
There
plays
was
Xbox.
literally Call of Duty launched with like I think it was Call of Duty Black Ops 4 maybe that launched
Yeah.
with like a little juggernaut mini fridge.
That's
Yeah.
cool as
Like
fuck.
that was the collector's edition mini fridge. It held like
It's fucking
four
cool.
cans, but that's cool. Like yeah. I don't-
Whatever.
Whatever.
You ready to hop into Square?
Yeah, somebody else can take over now.
Okay,
I've
I'll do
talked
it.
enough.
Don't worry, I got this. Guardians of the Galaxy, and we're done because that was good. I'm very no okay. Square. I'm not going to take over, but I'll start. Square Enix started their conference with Guardians of the Galaxy single player game that's you play as Peter Quill, and this game looked great.
Eidos
It
Montreal's
looked-
making it. Let's be clear about that.
Yes,
We gotta
Montreal's
give
not
it-
making it,
Crystal
not from Crystal
Dynamics.
Dynamics. This looks fucking awesome. There were a couple points in the trailer. This is early footage, but just to say, it needs to be said. There was a lot of stuttering during a lot of action in this game, and this action only really involved 2 enemies at a time that it would show, plus your guardians. So 7 in total on the screen, right?
Which is concerning because this is the footage you are showing off for this game for the reveal.
Right.
Like, you should have. I mean, this should be buttoned up.
It should have been buttoned up.
Stutter mode.
Yeah.
Right.
So I like it. The soundtrack does sound great from what we really hear.
Did you guys see
songs.
they did a DM just on the soundtrack stuff? Did you see they did a DMCA version of the reveal, which had like no licensed music? So like they changed it.
Oh, I was gonna say that's where we're gonna get hit with the copyright
So-
claim.
We're gonna hit on our YouTube.
Yeah, so they changed the first Guardians of the Galaxy to like just royalty free, like whatever music instead of like what was being played. But then the other ones, they just didn't have music. So you'd have like these action scenes and then just be like and then it would just there's nothing. You're like, oh, okay, it's coming out July. All right, great.
But like, this looked fun. The humor in it too. Rocket said "fuck."
Yeah. Yep.
I went potty mouth.
Which is on par with Rocket from the comics, though, and I fucking love that. I
Absolutely
enjoy seeing that.
And they look like their comic book.
Yeah.
They look like the comics.
Yeah.
So
Drax
I was
looks
really
like
excited
the comic book version.
Gamora
rather than
looked more.
Batista. Yep, Gamora looked like her comic book version.
Peter looked like
Cool.
he was from NSYNC.
Yeah.
Everybody said Peter looks like a surfer, bro.
Yeah, he
He
does.
does look like a surfer.
But like
bro.
Peter's a pretty boy in the comics too, though.
Oh yeah,
He is,
he's
yeah.
always been a pretty
Yeah,
boy.
he's no Chris Pratt.
So like,
Did you already say when this
Oh,
was
yeah.
coming out by chance?
I did not because I'm not knowledgeable like that.
Okay, so that is releasing on October 26th for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, PS4, and PS5.
Also,
Xbox One, I assume. Sorry, it was a typo.
oh, got you. I think I know why Rocket said "fuck," and it's probably due to capitalism.
That'll be in the next Kotaku article that comes out tomorrow.
Rocket
Evan,
Raccoon
did you see
says
my
the
tweet?
fuck word.
Huh?
Did you see my tweet?
No, I didn't. I'm sorry. I was because I texted Nick and I said say, and you won't do this.
I
but
just
say
quoted
that
their
Rocket
tweet.
Said, fuck.
I quoted their Kotaku's tweet and I just said, "I'm pooping in yours."
Kotaku, we hate
I'm
you.
gonna poop in your fridge.
They won't ban you unless you say they
Hey.
eat grapes.
Yeah.
Watch this. Watch this. Time out.
What? What are you doing?
I'm tweeting at them right now.
Oh no.
About grapes?
Oh no.
No.
About grape.
Someone read the tweet. off the
Oh my
WAC.
god! I should have.
This
Oh
is-
my god! I totally missed it. I should have said it's a shame Jason Schreier doesn't work at Kotaku anymore because he could hold his grapes in this little fridge.
Oh my god! Yeah, I wish I would have said that.
That would have been
Can
hilarious.
someone read my tweet now?
You said you guys are buzzkills.
Because we're getting buzzed off these beers in the cooler.
Oh, nice. Very good. Very funny. Haha.
Okay. Anyway,
No, I texted Nick and I said, tell everybody that Rocket said fuck due to capitalism. And as soon as he
on
went,
the fly.
as soon as he went, I think I know why Rocket said. I just love the way he went about it, and I couldn't help it. I started cracking up.
Nonchalantly.
This game looks
Yeah.
sweet.
It
Minus
looks
the
really
stutters.
good.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
pretty
Minus
good.
the
I'm
stutters.
cautiously optimistic considering the Avengers thing, and I know that it's not the same
Right,
team.
but it's
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's not the same team, but they share shit, dude.
Right.
Oh yeah, they do.
The animations and everything looked significantly better than
They did.
what Avengers does. I think there's a lot of good things going on here. The developers were very passionate about like the source material as well. Like not even they reference both the comics and the movies and trying to find
Right.
a good mixture
Yeah.
of both. And I think that's good because so many people, I mean, I think Evan said while we were watching it, he's like, I only know him from the MCU, like, but I know him from the comics, and I
Right.
like
I know him
both
too.
versions. So it's like it's really cool to kind of see that line blurred a little bit because there is still a little bit of a separation between the comic fans and the MCU fans, which
I was thinking about this today
Right.
too, in that if like Avengers would do better if they hadn't had Avengers movies already.
Game wise,
Yeah, I think a
don't
lot
know
of people get
don't know if
deterred
that's
because
true.
they don't see like,
they don't
for example,
see Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man.
yeah.
That's not my problem with it. My
No,
problem
I
with
know
it-
that's not yours, but I think the general public. I mean, we're fucking
Yeah.
nerds, right? I mean, like
So
if you.
coming from, go ahead. Sorry, Jeff.
No,
Didn't
you
mean
go
to
ahead.
Interrupt.
What's your point?
It's fine.
Yeah.
Interrupt him. It's fine.
I don't know what to do now.
Speak, boy.
No, all I was going to say is this is a cool dynamic because you guys know them more. I don't. I'm strictly watch the movies.
Right.
And it didn't. I think it was for me anyway. It was unrealistic to think that like Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Scarlett
Yeah, sure.
Johansson, all these people would come. Right. So like that wasn't the issue for me, but it definitely was a factor. Where it was like, I wish they at least got their likeness. If not their voices, then I'd
That's
like
what
to
I
see their
think
likeness,
deterred
but
a lot of people. They're like, okay,
yeah,
Captain America looks like a guy that works at fucking Home Depot. You know?
Yeah, a really built guy that works at Home Depot. Yeah,
Right.
exactly. For me, yeah, it was kind of like that. I mean, I originally I played it anyway, and I put the time into it, but I just didn't find the gameplay loop to be very exciting. But
Yeah.
in general, no, it didn't deter me just because of that. But I could see how it deterred other people. Absolutely, 100%. That made total sense.
Okay, well, you guys make
Yeah, good
hentai
chat.
noises in the chat.
I
Well,
saw everybody snickering, so I was like, I have to go look at what's
we'll
going
keep
on.
moving on. We got a expansion coming to Marvel's Avengers, which is able.
Speaking of shit, I'm sorry.
Whoa.
That was rough.
Whoa!
Hot take.
So we get the Wakanda expansion. So
Everybody thought it. Nobody wanted to
Black
say it.
Panther's going to come to this. It was included in the game. Holy shit! I'm allergic to
happened? You
spraying.
all right?
You good?
Evidently. My God.
Wow!
Oh my God.
Wow!
No, I mean, so what was confusing to me is at the very end, after they had all the Black Panther stuff go on, it says included
Yeah.
with game at no cost, but then there was a little asterisk on the sentence.
What is that?
And it was it mean? I don't know. Fucking
What could that
capitalism is what it is. I
possibly-
smell some
Yeah.
capitalism, boys.
Well, it's probably all of the different skins and stuff for Black
I
Panther
smell
because
a
it's a
mini fridge.
nightmare to try to get any of those skins right now. And it's only worse now since they updated it to make it more awful to try to grind and get these things. I will say that the Wakanda expansion looks really, really cool from the trailer they showed,
Yeah.
but I also know what the game is and I have played it and I do not enjoy the gameplay loop. And I know how awful it is to try to get these skins and the cool things that you want from it. So I don't really have high hopes for this. I think the Wakanda thing's kind of cool. We kind of talked about it while we were live streaming. I wish that they would have done shit. I just entirely blanked on his name.
Oh, no.
my god.
Are you okay?
Oh my god. Yeah, no.
Get this man some milk.
Are you talking about a character? You like an arc specifically?
They've made this shit like Kingdom Hearts now.
No.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, okay, I was right. Sorry, I didn't want to say the wrong name and have people hate me, but I wish they would have made him look like Chadwick Boseman. Like, I think that would have been cool. Just that I know
Dead.
nobody else looks like him,
Don't do it, Evan.
but it as like a in honor type of thing, I think it would have been kind of cool for.
I'm
him to
waiting.
do.
I'm waiting for Howard the Duck to make an entrance into.
I would
Marvel's
be
game.
stoked on that.
I'd be. Cool
I
with
want
that.
Spider Ham.
Spider-Man would be sweet
They won't
too.
do it
You know
because
who I
Sony
want?
owns the rights to Spider-Ham.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know who I think?
Supposedly we're supposed to be getting Spider Man in this game, and we still
Yeah.
don't fucking have that. So
Well, dude,
Exclusively to Sony. I
Howard,
heard.
Yeah.
you don't understand the lore and story tree between Black Panther and Howard the Duck still has to fucking happen in order to even begin to raise questions about Spider-Man and his story in this entire.
Did it?
That's
Crazy
very
did it
true.
come- Did it? But did it come about due to capitalism? How did it come about? How did the
Dude,
storyline?
Howard the Duck doesn't. He doesn't fuck around. He's
Howard
just-
the Duck.
I,
the Duck doesn't fuck
I have
around.
2 points. I
Howard
have
the
2
Duck
points.
doesn't fuck around.
Give me your
What
Kevin
one.
Smith would make a great Howard the Duck movie.
Yes.
yeah,
and
sure.
secondly,
Would anyone watch
That-
it though?
I would.
Doesn't Kevin Smith
One
love
I think
guy-
I'd be
DC,
embarrassed
though?
to go to the
Yeah,
theater to
he
watch
likes
that.
DC.
I'd
He
watch
likes
it
I was
at
gonna
home.
say he's a DC guy
He likes both.
mainly. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know,
he's
but
mainly
most
DC.
of
Howard
his
the
work
Duck
has
is
been with
Marvel.
DC.
I
Right.
know, but I think Kevin Smith would do. Anyways,
What was
You
your
brought
second?
up Chadwick Boseman, and I thought Evan was going to bring up an old WASD episode
Oh boy.
after when Chadwick Boseman passed away.
What indication did I give to anybody that I was going to bring that up?
Because if you can pick out from your brain,
What were you about to call it?
I don't know. If you could pick out from your brain and put something out there to be like, oh yeah, by the way, this dumb Romanian asshole said this.
Leather
first
Boy.
off-
They could bring Leather Boy to Avengers.
First off, I wouldn't have said that.
Hawkeye's
And
already
secondly,
in there.
To
Oh
be
no,
perfectly
Leather
honest-
Boy is his own character. You guys, y'all go
Leather
look this up.
Boy?
Leather Boy.
Yeah, the other boy's real.
Oh, I don't know Leather Boy.
Look him
Squirrel
up.
Girl.
Put Leather Boy
I'll
Marvel.
voice him.
I know Squirrel Girl. Yeah.
I'll voice him.
I'm surprised
when
Squirrel Girl is
Chadwick-
not already in it.
When
Fucking
Chadwick Boseman
Hell
passed
Cow.
away.
Hell Cow.
You don't have to say
fucking
this.
3D man.
You know, I'm not gonna say it. You're right.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
gonna
You know, if for the
Just save
sake of
myself.
keeping, yeah, you should
For
save
the sake
yourself.
of Diggity, don't.
No, it's
Yeah,
not. I
and-
didn't
How
say anything
about
bad. I didn't say
how
anything bad.
about
Okay.
giving me more canon with fucking crazy shit like fucking asbestos lady or something like that
What?
What?
exists. Look it up.
What kind of shit are you on?
Put in
I
the-
like that. I like that. Exists. Look it up.
Put asbestos lady
Defend myself
Marvel.
now.
Don't be
I
don't
have
be
to
crazy.
defend
Look it
myself
up.
now.
Was this from a time when asbestos was still like okay and it was like
Absolutely.
the coolest new thing?
No, it was ravaging this nation, and something
Yeah.
had to be done
Asbestos
about
lady
it.
Coming to an apartment near you.
Ruby Thursday.
Coming to a home built in the early 19th century near you. Or
We will not be
20th
getting into the
century, sorry.
Chadwick Boseman story. You'll have to
1900s.
listen
Shut
to
up
a
about
hot
it
pick.
before I make you shut up. Shut up about
Hindsight
it. Shut up,
lad.
shut up.
I didn't say anything bad.
Hindsight
No, you
lad.
didn't say
His
anything bad. I'm
ability.
trying to save you.
Hindsight lad's ability is to be able to say, "If only we had done it my way," and he could envision it was his way, but it wasn't done his way. Real
Hindsight lad's a
Marvel
bastard.
character.
Hey, we got to look at some mobile games.
Dude, did you even look
I
up
love it.
fucking Leather Boy?
No, I don't give
Let
a
me
shit.
share my screen. I got it. Hold on.
You're gonna get weird porn, dude.
No,
Did you even
we're
look
good.
up Leather Boy?
I've got one up here. Yeah, hold on.
That's my favorite quote of the night. Did
You guys,
even
are
look
you
up
guys
Leather Boy?
looking?
No,
Are
I
you guys
didn't.
looking at the screen?
Were you? Was Jerry in that episode? Jerry thinks he was in that episode.
There's
where I
Leather
made that
Boy.
mistake. I'm watching.
No, you weren't in that. No, Jerry was not in that episode. That was with Matt.
Dear God.
Yeah.
Does he have a ball gag?
Certainly does. That's a ballgame of truth. Gene
don't
Loren
think that's
managed to make his way into the Great Lakes Avengers team, if only for a brief period.
Oh, I like Leather Boy.
Yeah. Right? And then look,
He's killing
see?
it.
Here's 3D
We gotta
Man.
look at some mobile games.
Here's Hell Cow.
Oh, is he from Michigan?
Oh, he has to be. Probably
Great
Flint.
Lakes.
There's Asbestos
Great-
Lady. A
Aw.
brilliant chemist gone crazy. Victoria Murdoch became Asbestos Lady after creating fireproof clothing using
Flint.
asbestos. Naturally, the villainess hated Fantastic Four's Human Torch and became his nemesis by using asbestos to defeat him. Ruby Thursday, not to be confused with the shitty restaurant.
I've
That's
never
Ruby-
been to Ruby
that's-
Tuesday.
That's
Have you
what's
been to a Ruby
Tuesday,
Thursday?
yeah.
How many fucking D
Only on the
tier of
weekends.
like Marvel characters are we gonna go through?
Bro, last one.
I did it.
Hindsight Lad, as I mentioned.
Dude, what?
Carlton Lefroy, aka Hindsight Lad, has the amazing ability to say annoying things like, if only we had done it my way, amidst destruction.
That'd be me
Boy.
as a Marvel character. 100%. I would be
Hindsight
that guy.
Lad. Look at
Yeah.
his costume. He has rear view mirrors. Like, say, you can see,
Oh,
if only
fuck.
they'd done it his way.
Uh-huh.
Looking in the
Okay.
mirror, you know?
Yeah,
I get it.
That's brilliant.
I'm totally.
All
Can
right.
I'm gonna get a helmet like this. I'm gonna wear it when
Anyways,
we meet you guys.
So
I'm
we
not
gotta
buying the
look
fucking
at
game
some
until
mobile
Hindsight
games.
Lad.
Can we give a quick applause to Brody for trying to keep the show on the right track and it just never working?
He's trying.
I'm trying.
He's trying.
I'm trying so hard. Do you wanna hit these up, Jeff?
Oh,
The
Jesus
mobile
Christ.
games. Oh, I got
Yeah,
it.
I've
Never
got
mind.
it.
If
I've
you
got
don't
it.
have
I've
I
got it. Okay, you got the Final Fantasy. 1 to 6. No, wait, what? Am I on the wrong thing here?
We got first off, we got Hitman Sniper.
Okay, that's
The
right. Sorry, yeah.
Shadows
Hitman
is
Sniper, the
announced,
Shadows announced. Okay.
which it was already announced, I believe, but we got another look at it, and you aren't Agent 47, you're like Agent 242.
Agent 275.
426.
Yeah, Agent who gives a fuck.
Agent 69.
Yay, buddy.
And then we got to look at Final Fantasy 1 through 6 remasters coming soon, and these were only announced for iOS and Android, which is not great.
And Steam. They're
No,
announced on
And
Steam.
Steam, and Steam, yeah,
they're
sorry.
confusing.
But I mean, not coming to consoles is kind of weird, especially
That's
when
odd.
the Switch
Odd
would be
choice.
perfect for these.
I
but,
thought they were already on
whatever.
the Switch. No, not the
Not the
remasters.
remasters.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Right.
Just everything else.
So mobile game corner, I guess, of the Square Enix show,
Sweet,
because
man.
again, the Guardians of the Galaxy game took up like 15 minutes of this 45-minute presentation. So we got to look at some new Babylon's Fall gameplay trailer. This is confirmed for PS5, PS4, and PC currently. This is a cooperative action RPG. We haven't seen anything from this for quite some time, and it does appear that it will be a 4-player game as well. So this is, I thought this looked okay. I
Yeah.
guess. I don't know. It was fine.
What was that game that looked like an Xbox 360 game?
Or
is that coming up?
That's coming up. Yeah,
Okay.
I thought the Babylon's Fall actually looked. I really enjoyed the armor styles and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I just don't know what the gameplay is really going to be and what we're really going to see from this, and how far in depth the like co-op actually is, or what what this even is. Like, do you have to play it with other people, or can you play it by yourself? Do you have to matchmake?
Right.
What? There's a lot to still be.
Where are we
told
going
about
here?
this game. Overall, I thought the game looked kind of cool, but I'm just curious
Yeah.
as to what everything is. We got some new details revealed about the Life is Strange Remastered collection. So they kind of showed this off, showed the change in the graphics, which looked better. I mean, it still
There
looked
was
like
like
Clips
one
started to look
slide
like they were
where
syncing up.
I didn't even notice a difference.
yeah,
Yeah,
there
I
was
agree.
one there was a few of them that weren't
Oh,
crazy by any means.
Lord.
Jesus. Oh my God.
Jesus
You're-
God.
He's on earthquake mode over there.
Earthquake mode?
No.
He got hard. That's what happened.
So
Oh,
the
boy.
this remastered collection is going to include Life is Strange and Life is Strange Before the Storm. These will be in one package, and it's going to be better visuals, better animation, and better lip syncing, which we did see a little bit of the lip syncing to some extent. And this will be coming September 30th. The game that we were talking about that looks like a PS3, Xbox 360 game is Final Fantasy Origins. So this was being developed by Neo developer Team Ninja, and I believe there was somebody else involved in it as well.
I believe there was.
But I don't have that in front of me, unfortunately. So this is a next gen title. This is and it's coming to last gen too. But it is supposed to be a big showing from Final Fantasy, and this looked pretty rough. But it's an action RPG set in the universe of the very first Final Fantasy game. It's coming to PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and PC in 2022. And I was thoroughly unimpressed with this.
It was underwhelming.
It didn't look good. Not at all.
Yeah, it looks pretty
Not
rough.
especially from Square. Like, Square usually does pretty good with graphics. That's usually kind of, especially Final Fantasy games. That's their bread and butter,
They
right?
go out of their way for those games to make them look as
Yeah.
like beautiful.
Maybe
as
because
they
this
can.
is going to come to the Switch also.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
so
wasn't
they want it to
announced
be able
for
to
it, but
run.
maybe.
So,
But I mean, and Neo's not
Jesus
a bad looking
Christ, I think I
game. So
broke my
Team
desk.
what
Team
the fuck
Ninja-
did you do?
Team Ninja makes some good stuff. I mean, Neo is not a bad looking game by any means. So this
Neo's
was
like a
kind of
Souls
surprising,
game, right?
Yeah, it's like a
Souls
Souls-like
to a
game.
degree,
Yeah. And then kind of at the end of this, to wrap it up, they just gave us a little bit of a montage that was, I mean, a little bit of everything. They showed like all of 5 seconds of Final Fantasy 16, a very small amount of Endwalker expansion coming to Final Fantasy 14. Like everything that everyone wanted to see was in this montage, and it was, or anybody that was excited for Square Enix, because a lot of people were not, right? Like this is the JRPG company, so it's my bread and butter, but not everybody else's. But the things that people really wanted to see were hidden in this tiny little like montage at the end with 5 seconds of it, and that was about it. And that's
Right.
kind of disappointing. So really, I mean, the strongest part of this was Guardians of the Galaxy by a long shot.
When this ended, I remember us all going,
Oh, that was
did
it?
this, did this well that and did this need to happen?
Yeah.
It was the same for Gearbox. Like, did this have to happen? Like, did you need to do that?
Yeah, you guys. I
Pulling at
listened to your
pulling
guys'
at the collar
episode.
of the shirt there. It's like, ugh.
Yeah.
Well, like for real though, like I was like, dude, like why? Like Gearbox too, like
It's a lot of money for these things.
I know. So it's like, why did you like? You could have shown Guardians of the Galaxy off at Microsoft.
Yep.
You could have passed that right over.
Before we go to the
The
incredible
highlight
PC
of the evening.
show,
Oh,
give
you're
it
so facetious.
give it like I think I broke my desk, by the way. Like it should not
It is
should not be
violently
wiggling
shaking.
like this.
Before we continue, what did you do?
I'm sitting here and just something happened and
You looked at it wrong.
yeah, I did. Really, I did. At this point, it's one of those ones that raises up too. Like, look, see, goodbye, guys.
Goodbye. Bye, Jeff. Good talking to you.
You guys can't see this on the fucking
It's a standing
audio version,
desk.
obviously.
It's phenomenal. I'm
His
sure
desk
I'm
goes
sure
up
that
and
you can
down.
hear the motors in it. So just
How's that feel? Doesn't feel nice, does it?
anyways, what grade do you give the Xbox? Quickly.
B+.
So
And what would you have? Well, if you were to give a report card, what grade would you give it, and what would have made it get to an A+? Quickly in bullet points. Just like a teacher.
Who wants to go first?
I would say B plus, and I would have given it an A or an A plus, depending on if I had seen any Wolfenstein stuff from Bethesda. I think that would have really shifted my tone, just because
Okay.
they've been working on the third game for a couple years, and I haven't seen anything yet. So,
I would
Nick
say
or Brody.
I would say probably a B plus as well. I wanted to see some Fable. I really did. And I wanted to see some more campaign stuff from Halo to see how they have improved. Because the multiplayer is cool, but the problem that everybody had was with the graphics of the actual campaign.
Harambe.
They didn't address that.
Yeah.
Right, and
Harambe.
they didn't address it at all, and I feel like that's a big miss. Like,
Sure.
I really feel like they should have done that. But yeah, go ahead, Nick.
B+. You could have thrown Fable in there, and that automatically, at this point, would have bumped it up to an A. Evan is right though. If you would have thrown just me knowing that Wolfenstein is there, I think it would have even gone to a higher level. It would have hit an A+ for me right there. So B+. Wolfenstein not there, bumped it down. No Fable, bumped it down. Honestly, Starfield, I could have done with more. I could have done with a lot more of Starfield. You showed it off at the beginning. You could have also ended with it. Redfall was great to see, but Redfall was not the game to end with. You could have ended this conference with Starfield. You could have ended it with, fuck, dude. Like, and I'm not saying I wanted them to pull all their guns out right now. That's not what I want, because that's too much.
That's what
But-
you wanted.
Bitch, listen. You could have ended this with, like, another little tip of the dick of Elder Scrolls 6.
Yes, yeah, that was another one I was gonna bring up after, because I thought of it after I spoke. But yeah,
Right.
just
A
something.
little bit of foreskin. A little bit of foreskin.
Jesus.
The show.
I was fine not seeing any Elder Scrolls stuff, and I talked to Nick about this on the phone
Yeah.
earlier. But for me, it's just one of those things where it's like, what are they going to show me? Are they going to show me just like a quick 10, 20, 30-second trailer
Right.
of just the world, and then like it's coming next year? It's like, dude, you really have to do that? Like, I'd rather see something concrete gameplay wise or a real full-fledged trailer than just a teaser to let you know. We already know it's there. We know it's
They
being
did it
worked
2
on.
years ago. They showed it 2 years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah. So we know that
Right.
it's being worked on, and I think that it also that might have hurt themselves in the long run if they showed Skyrim stuff just because, or not Skyrim, but Elder Scrolls stuff. Sorry, I always confuse those, or
Yeah.
Everybody
say
does,
Skyrim.
dude.
Yeah, but like if they might have hurt themselves in the long run because they wanted to lead with Starfield and showed this is the thing we're working on and this is what you're going to get first. I'm doing Italian stuff with this hand, and I would have been
Certainly
straight
not.
up like I feel like it would have been very bad
Two hands down.
if they had decided to show Elder Scrolls. Just
You
it's
know what?
people know it's there, right? And that's fine.
Yeah.
And if
Right.
they had shown something, then I'm sure a lot of people would have been happy. But at the same time, it's like for them, it probably didn't make sense marketing wise to show Elder Scrolls when they're trying to get everybody focused on
Yeah.
Starfield.
Well, there's more to come too. So I agree with Evan. When Evan called me, I was like, you know what, that does make sense, because I was kind of like bitching. And Evan's like, well, think about it this way, like, and that totally makes sense to me. And just because we've seen what they've shown off at E3 doesn't mean they're not going to show more shit off before holiday season. like there could very well be more Xbox Directs. And
there definitely
everything.
will be. But I mean,
Yeah.
this is E3.
So
Like for me, I give them like a B-.
Right.
To be honest with you, because this is the first big event after the Bethesda acquisition, and I get that they showed some Starfield right off the bat, and I'm like, that's really cool. You know, that Todd Howard opened it up. That's pretty interesting, right?
The Todd father.
Yeah, the Todd father opened it up. I would have liked to see a little bit more on Starfield rather than just like keeping it crazy secret. I understand like why they're trying to do that, trying to continue to build hype. On all the Bethesda stuff, I mean, I think everyone was always expecting, you know, some additions coming to Fallout 76, some stuff coming to ESO. I would have liked to have seen like some news about them remastering another Fallout title. Or
Morrowind.
Yeah, exactly, or Morrowind.
Kind of did that in Elder Scrolls Online a little bit.
A bit, but
I mean, kind of
like
whatever that's worth.
Morrowind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like the Bethesda side of it was, I mean, it was okay. I would have just liked to see a little bit more on Starfield, I think, and kind of find out some stuff. I mean, obviously they brought more games to Game Pass that were Bethesda games, which now they're at up to 30 of them, and obviously the whole library is going to go because, you know, they own them now, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
I would have I really dug Forza Horizon, and I dug that because of the release date that's coming out for it. All the other release dates were all just like, you know, 2022 or like holiday, blah, blah. It's, you know, there's a lot of wiggle room there for delays, or stretching them out really far. I don't know. I wasn't like with Halo. I was just, okay, cool. That's great. Awesome. We saw multiplayer that matters to a lot of people, but I would have liked them to address like the issues that people had with the game itself the first time they showed it.
Yes.
Right.
Instead of just kind of saying the statement of like, you guys really matter to us. Here's the multiplayer. It's like, okay, cool, but like, show me you also figured out so that, you know, we don't see Harambe in the game.
God damn it.
And then
broke me.
And then I was kind of interesting stuff in the fridge how they didn't come out with any other hardware. I was expecting either like some sort of special edition stuff like for new controllers or something, or
new Elite controller maybe.
Yeah, like new Elite controller or new like, you know, special edition like Bethesda based like Xboxes or Halo stuff. Like, I mean, you know, hey, you can pre-order pre-order your Xbox. I mean, obviously it's hard right now because of all the supply issues, but you know, just shit like if you have special edition Series X, stuff like that. You know, like imagine like
new headphones.
Yeah, like imagine a fucking
headphones or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, like imagine they did like you know, like a
Starfield
Starfield thing, or like more in-depth shit.
What would have been real cool? Well, just you kind of led me to this when you brought up the hardware thing. What would have been really cool is if they had they have the controller lab, and now you can customize your controller with Wolfenstein stuff, Skyrim stuff,
good shit,
like you know, Bethesda, Fallout. Mm-hmm. That would have been really cool. Yeah, they said, hey, we're bringing a whole bunch of different skins or whatever, like you know, paint jobs. That would have been sweet. Yeah,
but they didn't.
Missed opportunity. But if they want to hit me up about it, I'll sell that to them.
Yeah.
Copyright.
Tell them their IP.
All mine.
Fantastic.
Yeah. All mine.
One thing I'm surprised we didn't see is a look at the Halo TV show that they've been working on.
Yeah.
You and I had been talking about that, Brody,
right?
Even
I'm
off and on
so
air.
surprised we didn't see that.
Spielberg wants this to happen.
It feels like it's been eternity since that was announced.
It has been since like 3 or 4.
Yeah, it's
so
crazy.
Like, we were actually to touch on this really quick. We didn't get for Borderlands really quick. You know what I mean? During Gears of War, or oh my God, Gearbox.
I know I can't talk anymore either. I'm talked out.
We were so mentally fucking drained. But during Gearbox, like we saw a little bit of the quote unquote behind the scenes of Borderlands the movie.
Yeah.
You and I didn't hit the mark, I guess, on are they going to start showing more IPs translating into movie or television. And I'm shocked at that because I think this would have been the year where you can show that off, especially if Halo is supposedly in production. Gears of War is supposedly in production. That being said, you could have shown something off if it's there, right? If it's not there, what can you fucking show? You can't show shit. So, and I get that, but if it's there, this would have been the year to really go, by the way, we know this is all about the games, but since this is all happening, and we know you guys have been clamoring, especially for Halo. This is what we got for this.
Yeah.
So sucks, but yeah. Sucks to suck.
And then I don't think there's anything else really wanted to see, but I don't know. I mean, I think definitely what Brody said with Fable. I was expecting more on that, and so now it makes me just think that they're so far behind on it, or they're not even close to being.
Well, I mean, Playground Games is working on that, and on top of that, they're also developing, Forza Horizon 5, and I don't know if they're working on another motorsport either, but it's like, seems like they're stretched a little thin. I mean, since they've been acquired by Xbox and stuff, they probably have more capital to bring on more people, but it does seem that
it's a big ramp up.
Fable is a little bit further out even than what we probably imagined.
You would think with a title like Fable, though,
itself could be a Fable.
Oh my God, Jeff!
Damn it,
bad. I like it though.
Just here, bro. Just here.
But like, you would think with Fable, though, you would think that would be the game they would be like, by the way, because that's a huge title. Fable is not something small. So
I know, and instead we got Grounded. I mean, I'm sorry, but nobody really plays Grounded.
I don't care about Grounded. I don't give a fuck about your fucking arachnophobia.
Yeah, that wasn't a thing for me. Like
Xbox was good noodles, Brody.
Yeah.
Although
beautiful, Brody.
I think we're wrapped up on the Xbox show now, right? And I would like to have a major issue with this thing that you posted, Brody, is that PC has way too many stars.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's do it.
It should be put in the Gearbox section, to be honest.
Judging by the source, yeah.
That's
I'm
true,
not surprised. The source is not great.
Yeah.
I won't dive into that.
Deep
cut. We can talk about that off air. I'm a little curious now.
Oh, okay. We will.
What a stupid fucking chart.
Ooh, I cannot wait to dive into this. Oh, wait. Okay. Before we go on to PC, we don't have to go super in depth. We shouldn't, because there's not much.
No.
Square Enix. Grade it. Let's just get it out of the way. I give it a C.
I'm not available. I didn't watch it.
I give it a
did not.
C minus.
I'll give it a C.
Okay.
I might even
Guardians saved it.
Guardians was enough to give it a C.
Square
Otherwise, it
really...
easily would have been way low.
I mean, Square wasn't making. They had like the Final Fantasy shit go out, and then they now have all the mobile shit, which allows them to make a lot of revenue, like without long stints of not making the same good amount of revenue. But they still need to come up with some better IPs than just, I don't know. I'm not hyped for it. I really, really, really like MCU, and I like just the Marvel comic side of stuff as well, and down to the most obscure characters like Asbestos Lady. But I'm not stoked for this Guardians of the Galaxy game. I'm not. I'm kind of marveled out, bro. I'm kind of marveled out.
I think I actually called that during the stream. I was like, I don't feel like Jeff would be too keen on this.
You said that.
I'm just drained out of it. I mean, if you want to put in Hell Cow or Lady Asbestos, I'm down.
Oh my God.
But I'm not down.
They could have put Hitman into this.
Huh?
I'm trying to divert you, boy. I'm saying is, if they would have put a Hitman title into this, or more DLC for the new Hitman series.
Yeah, I think that would have been better. Yeah, or come up.
But they don't own them anymore. IO's separate.
Oh,
come out with a new fucking IP.
Yeah, IO's entirely.
Like I get it's a lot of investment,
independent
but I don't know. I think they're not. I don't think the right studio to take on an already existing IP and try to do things with it. I think they should be kept to just making their own shit.
Yeah,
making great stuff.
I get that. Yeah.
So, all right, the PC gaming show. How the fuck are we gonna cover this one?
I think briefly.
All right, so basically,
this is already 2 hours long.
Basically, we saw a bunch of different
pixelated
indie
games.
titles and so middle stage studios. There's a lot of pixel-based games, a lot of retro-based stuff. Gabe Newell came out. Nick shit his pants. Gabe Newell then told him that there was a fucking sale and there's some demos on Steam. Nick then shit his pants again in rage. Gabe Newell left.
He said the fuck word and left.
Yeah, he said the F word and left. Gosh, what else? Anything big?
That's it.
Anything
That's
big
it.
at this
Gabe
thing?
Newell showed up.
We found out what mech
there's
case
a couple
America
highlights.
and
That wasn't
the
even
world
big.
wanted to have. So that was neat.
That wasn't even big. Gabriel showing up wasn't important.
So
Fuck you.
again, this was
No.
mainly indie titles, but there are a few games that kind of did stand out that I would like to touch on, I suppose.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rawman, which is a fantastic name for one. But this looked like it adopted the art style from almost like a Overcooked, and it looks like it's some crazy multiplayer arena game of some sort. This one looked wacky enough that I'd probably play it. The other one, I mean, Vampire the Masquerade looked fantastic. It's not a game that I would really get into. That's not my style of game, but it looked really, really good from what they did show. What was the other one that was
You don't talk Mech Assault?
Oh yeah, Mech Assault
Mech
was
Warrior.
every 5 minutes.
Mech Warrior.
Oh,
Fuck
Mech
Warrior.
Warrior
that.
5, sorry. Silt.
Hey,
Silt looked
people
cool.
voted for that,
was-
man.
I was gonna say
Sure they did.
we saw it.
We saw
so much, I feel like
democracy
it'd
in
be
action.
embedded. That was
Yeah.
democracy, and it was a beautiful thing.
Silt looked pretty cool. That was the game that kind of had the same art style as like Limbo.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
that was neat. Solstice looked all right for whatever that was worth, I guess. It wasn't like, oh my god, I can't wait to get that.
Keep
Yep.
trying, buddy.
I'm still looking. Yeah, no, that's about all I was interested in.
Okay. You ready for me?
Can I say one thing first before we go?
Go ahead.
Me too,
if,
yeah.
if anybody's interested, you could go to the little snippet of Gabe Newell talking about stuff, and if you look in the background, you will see a Half-Life symbol with a 3 next to it.
I didn't see it.
And have fun looking for that shit. Go on, Nick. Tell us about your thoughts.
Oh, it's
You're a
Jeff's turn.
troll.
It's Jeff's turn. Jeff, I want you to say something.
Oh, yeah, I thought you were gonna go. Sorry.
Why does this exist?
The PC gaming show.
Yes.
I can answer.
Especially-
I can answer that.
Especially when there's already so many like indie showcases during.
All I learned was a lot of pixelated games are coming to Steam and are going to be available on PC through a bunch of things. Nearly every game that's on PC is either on console, and it seems like a lot of those games are on console first, though, that I want to play. And other than that, you got fucking Escape from Tarkov on there.
Was the Escape from Tarkov even at the PC gaming show?
No, it's not. But I'm just saying, if there
I thought it
was
was at the
ever a
Twitch one.
showcase to show to somebody, you
That
don't
would've been
need a
it.
PC. It was this
Right.
one.
The real reason that we had a PC gaming show was to show all the games that anybody's computer can run. I think because there was nothing
Integrated
in that.
graphics, baby.
There was nothing in that, and that's not like shaming anybody who doesn't have like
No.
top line shit. I mean, that's like no, that's not it at all. It's literally just like
Fucking
I was
peasants.
partially expecting to see. I was partially expecting to see things that would challenge newer systems and stuff. But I mean, and like I was just kind of shocked. I was like, I'm shocked, Cotton. You showed me just shit I already didn't surprise me. And every game I fell asleep. I was like, this is just
Yeah.
the same
My
thing over
favorite
and over
game
again.
from there, and I only remember it simply because it was clearly a dinosaur, and Nick said it was a dog.
Yeah.
I was sitting in the passenger seat. Janelle's driving. I'm listening to it. I just crack out line. I'm like, that is a fucking dinosaur. That is not a dog. I mean, maybe
It's got spikes on the back, a really long tail.
Yeah, maybe
That's a dog.
turtle would like maybe count a bit, just because like it's all on his back. I'm like, that is certainly not a dog.
In the stream screen, like I put the PC Master Race character and the irony
Yeah,
of just showing things that could run on fucking integrated graphics. The entire show
Yeah.
was
It
incredible.
was great. A lot of people out there with Windows 7 are gonna be really happy.
That's the kind of thing that you watch and you're like, So why is the PC the master race thing? Like, what's going on here? Because this was not the showing for it. Like, this is not
no.
it.
Right.
I mean, I would have like tried to get like
Xbox
Battlefield
was more of a
in
showing
there.
for that.
Show off some Battlefield. Bring like for a good proper PC show. Like I would expect that you bring in like more devs and actually like sit down and talk about
Like Valve.
Yes, but also like
The
you bring
death look I
no.
just got from Nick.
But
You're getting me more and more ready.
you bring in the EA team and you're like, hey, talk a little bit about more of the you don't even have to show off new gameplay. Show the same gameplay
Just show
on
behind
loop,
the scenes.
but talk about you're gonna be able to do this. Give some feature. I mean, that's what people give a shit about on the PC side of stuff.
Yeah.
They're more in depth with this stuff.
A perfect example would be to show us what we're going to be able to work with in terms of the settings menu, like for visuals. Show us what we're going to be able to. Show us what we're going to be able to change. Show us what ray tracing settings you have. If that was loud in the back from like the guy outside, I apologize. But yeah, show us some of that stuff. I like this is the one highlight I think I had, which was right at the start, was when they brought the chivalry guy on. And they talked about like, this is how we kind of made things so that way, you can see like the ship's mast or whatever falling and whatnot, and like how we set up the maps and how things are so easily able to be changed and added to, like making it easier on their side of things to make more maps, which gets people to play it more. It already came out last week, and I've played it. It's doing pretty well. I like it. So like that was my highlight, and that was right at the start. Everything else, I practically fell asleep at. I think the only reason I stayed awake was to watch Nick be sad.
All right, you
That's
ready?
the best way I can put it.
I'm ready, Nick.
You guys ready?
You got it.
Oh,
The floor is yours.
Ready.
This conference was insulting. This shouldn't have happened. This conference should not have happened. This was a waste of time. This was on par with Gearbox. This is on par with Square Enix, and it was worse than those actually. So here's my problem. For a conference
We know
like
what
this,
your problem is.
before I get to the main issue, for a conference like this, you want this conference to showcase what the appeal to purchasing a $1,000 to $3,000 computer is, right? You want this to sell you on buying a fucking PC to not have to buy a fucking Xbox or a PlayStation. Okay, yeah, you got Tarkov. You got all these settings you could fucking tweak and play with. That's fucking phenomenal. You have better control with WASD and a mouse, in my opinion. Okay.
Good plug. Good plug. Good plug for our podcast. Good plug.
Thank you. So, like, you have all these things for PC that are great. The modding community is fucking phenomenal. The games that come out first sometimes, the indie titles, it's insane. And then you do some stupid fuck shit like this, where it's like, here's a game that can run on a fucking Nintendo Switch at 1,000 FPS a second. And it looks fucking phenomenal. So,
like Jeff said in the chat,
1,000 frames per second a second.
A second.
like Jeff said in the chat,
I get it.
I can't wait for this to come to Apple Arcade.
Yeah.
that too, like,
No, all of the
Nick
games.
just pulled a Nick just
Yeah,
pulled
I
a real life. Nick just pulled a real life SMH in my head.
I was that was a super redundant statement, but
Shaking my head
no,
in
like
my head.
that. This was stupid. This didn't need to happen. This was a waste of time. It was a waste of their fucking money.
Yeah.
Production was like, you didn't have to be like, I didn't give a fuck about your quirky dumb bullshit. This was stupid as fuck. It was
You
insulting.
liked it at first, and
Yes,
then
and
at the
then
end, when you didn't get anything from Daddy Gabe.
The more I thought about it, the more I was
Gabe.
like,
Big Bear Daddy Gabe.
and I promise you, I'm about to hit this. But the more I thought about it, the more I was like, I didn't need any of this. You could have, if you would have shown me more games, if you would have shown me what the appeal is, people like me to play on a PC, because I love this. That's my main console, is my computer. To get my friends to buy a computer and play with me, I would have been way more happy. But no, you decided to be the yuck of the fucking like conferences. You wanted to be the funny conference, and it's stupid. Now let's get into fucking Valve. They paid Gabe $1 billion trillion to sit there on his fat fucking ass, wearing his goddamn sandals and his fucking Gandalf the fucking gray beard.
He's the white now.
I didn't even know he was wearing sandals. He was sitting down.
Brody.
I know his
He's
fucking
white
ass wearing
now.
sandals.
He wasn't
Gaben?
wearing anything. He was in a carpeted room.
He was tubing.
He was on
That's
his
what
yacht. He
pulling
was on
tubing.
his yacht.
I love
That was in the
Gaben.
back. The back was the back picture. The picture that was framed was the yacht he was on. That's a true power move.
I love Gaben. I love Valve. I love Steam.
It's an abusive
Okay?
relationship.
But this is an abusive relationship where he's not spitting on it before he fucks me. Okay? Literally, before this happened, they showed Alex. They were like, oh, look, it's Alex Vance. Gabe's coming up. Look, it's Alex Vance. They knew what they were doing. They knew they needed to do shit like this to keep people watching. That's what pisses me off more. It's like, dude, don't even fucking tell me the wizard is there.
Do you,
All right?
do you think though that like maybe you
Don't do this, Jeff.
maybe you kind of
Jeff,
gave
do it.
him like
Don't.
some more powers than he already had? I mean, there was a point where
tweet-
you went New Zealand. Gabe's in New Zealand, and I went, Jesus
called it, though.
Christ.
Yeah, but what happened there, though, Jeff? They went, I'm going to cut your audio because Gabe Newell's here. Okay? He tweaked my asshole and it didn't even finish.
But
It
he
didn't
was
let me
over
finish.
Zoom. He wasn't in New Zealand.
Nobody busted a load during this conference, is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely not.
They lied.
You
They didn't
busted
even
a
lie.
blood vessel.
They didn't lie.
They didn't lie, but they lied.
No, they didn't.
You can't
They
say
said- you know
that.
they said-
you can't say
they
someone
said-
didn't lie
they-
and then proceed to say that they lied.
You know what? You know what
they
I
said
said?
they said Gabe Newell was
You know what
there,
I
and
said?
Gabe Newell was there. Was
You
he
know what I
not?
said?
Was he? No. Was he not?
Yes,
was
he
he
was.
there? Okay, then
Yes,
they
he
didn't
was.
lie. Then they
But
didn't
it's
lie.
all water under the fridge at this point for me.
No, it's
Under
not.
the Xbox
Xbox
fridge.
The capitalism fridge.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
but to be serious, this was, it was a bummer, man. Like there was hype around Valve being there. Valve hasn't really been at an E3 since Half-Life 2 to show Half-Life 2 off. So for people to go, hey, Valve's there, I went bullshit. To look it up and go, no, Valve is there, and they will be making an appearance at the PC Gamer Show or gaming show. And for this to happen, I was like, dude, you knew what you had to do. You sold it well, and you still never spit on it before you fucked me. I'd like to be wined and dined before I'm fucked, and you didn't even do either of those. You
But
just
he
went
gave
straight
you
to the top.
incredible deals and demos.
I have.
That's what he
300
does.
games I haven't played. I have 300 games I haven't played
Hold
on
on.
Steam.
Hold on. To
That's
counter
your
Nick's
fault.
to
Yeah,
counter
I'm a
Nick's
fucking
That's
sick.
not his fault.
no. To counter Nick's argument here, the thing is that they don't have to come out with any
No,
game.
they don't, and I understand that.
I'd
Well,
just
then,
like
what are you-
to make out
I
right on
upset
that.
about?
want it.
15 years ago, Half-Life 2 was announced.
Yes.
15 years ago. When will you people stop hoping for
I have
Half-Life
it
3?
I have it tattooed on my hand. Never.
When will it end?
It won't.
not ever gonna end.
Jeff, I've known this pud for 3-4 years now, and every time all he talks about with me is just Valve. Valve's gonna do. I watch the
Listen.
Valve News Network. I'm like, there's a news network based off of this company that does
Tyler
nothing.
McVicker.
The company that gave you when you all wanted a new Dota or you all wanted a new Half-Life, they said Dota Underlords, and you all still lost your shit anyway.
Valve,
May I
like-
interject?
Valve hasn't
May I interject?
appeared
No,
at E3
you gotta wait.
since 2012.
Yes, I understand.
When will
it.
this end? Please.
It'll
Yeah,
end after this. Listen, here's my counterpoint.
After this,
They just did Half-Life Alyx, and they retconned the entire series, right? So now they brought back life to the series, and that's my.
They did it
They
to
brought
sell
back
their
life,
fucking
like-
product.
By destroying the story of the
They
original.
just-
It
destroyed
didn't
their-
destroy.
their-
It didn't. It did. No,
They
it didn't.
manipulated
No,
their
don't you ever say
product
Retcon.
to sell
I mean,
hardware.
typically when somebody says retcon, it means it took bits and pieces of the story, and we're like, nah, these
At
don't
the end of-
actually exist.
Okay, did you guys beat Half-Life 2 or play episode 1 and 2? by
No,
chance?
dude, that's fuck. I don't fucking do capitalism like that. That's not me. Fuck that.
You goddamn son of a bitch.
that was such a perfect
You're-
setup.
Your Half-Life
made the story
Alyx,
work.
dude. Half-Life Alyx was
was great.
they took a product, took a franchise, they manipulated it to sell their fucking hardware. They used you.
When Jeff puts it that way,
For them.
Just
when
like
Jeff puts it-
tonight.
no, you're not, because you didn't buy it, and neither did I, and we.
That's capitalism. We don't do that. We don't.
We
practice that here.
didn't. We didn't, because you know what? A lot of people looked at that shit and they said it's
No, I did
just
buy
like
it.
Jeff said.
I did buy the game.
You know, you bought the
game, but you
you
don't
bought
have the
game.
hardware.
You didn't buy the $1,000 headset that they wanted you to get with it. That's what
I ain't
Jeff's
got
saying.
no $1,000 to spend.
That's what.
Well, some people
It's like a
practice
parking
capitalism. We don't, but the people who do spent $1,000 for the fucking headset.
The thing is that
Use my unemployment on it.
okay. So personally, from my perspective,
100%.
as a guy who likes the Half-Life series, and played Half-Life Alyx and finished it and really liked it, I
Yeah.
also understand. I'm not expecting to get. If they left it at Half-Life Alyx and I never saw another Half-Life game for as long as I lived, I'd be like, that's not. People don't have to make shit.
I would not be surprised. And they know they don't have to make it. I understand that. But
Then
I
why do you
can't,
get so mad when it's not there?
because the story means a lot to me. The Half-Life story means a lot to me. It's what really got me into gaming.
You just told
So-
everybody that Gabe Newell lied and then didn't lie and then lied again.
But what if they
I
make
will
it and
still
Half-Life
kiss them after
3
cheating
ends?
on me.
What if they make it and you
After
play it? Does that
swallowed.
mean you can never play a game ever again? Maybe Gabe is doing this for you.
He's in the 4th stage of denial right now. It's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, this is sounding very
I'm
culty.
almost-
Grieving, I guess.
I
think
am almost ready for the separation.
I don't
The
see.
papers
I
have
don't
been
see the
served.
difference between this and Scientology at this point.
There's really nothing different.
You are doing apples to oranges right now. And
I'm doing apples to apples. I'm about to fucking fruit basket all you guys standing out there waiting for Half-Life 3. This is getting out of
Please pull
fucking
that
hand.
Canadian hog out.
To be perfectly shut up. To be perfectly fair, I see where Nick's coming from in the way where he just said that Half-Life means a lot to him. I get it, because Last of Us is the same thing to me. But at the same time, if they left it at 2 and they never made another one, I'd be perfectly fine with it. It's like what they could have left it at 1 and I would have been fine with it. I mean, I was excited and I wanted them to make another one, and I'm happy they did, but I don't expect there to be a third one. And honestly, part of me would be like, don't make a third one, because you guys might.
I
fuck this up.
understand that. I
I
understand
don't
that.
think
But
you
where
did.
they
I don't think
left
you did.
off,
I don't
time
think
out.
you did.
Where you stop it. Where they left off, it has me fucked. Why always got Jerry? You, God damn it!
Jerry in the chat said, "Why are you always talking about Half-Life? It's time to go to bed."
Where they
Up
left
arrow.
off the series and the way they did it, because they did say it's going to be in 3 episodes. Okay, episode 1 and 2 come out. Episode 3 never comes out. It's a problem.
It's not. It's not.
Back to the showcase. It didn't need to happen. Brody's at work in the morning. You don't want to get me started.
I do too.
It'll never end. And Jeff's got work. Me and Evan are on unemployment. We suck.
Wrap it up. God.
This didn't need to happen. This showcase was a waste of our time. I think it was a waste of everyone's time who watched. And
I was in a car and it still wasted my time.
right, you're trying to get home, and the car ride home is longer than getting to the place. Like, that sucks. It literally felt like a slap in the face. I was like, dude, you're not selling anybody on buying a PC in a time where getting a PC right now is it's very difficult. It's getting a graphics card to run the games that are coming out, not easy. And this made it that much worse. It's like, why would you get a PC when you could try to struggle to get a PlayStation or an Xbox at this point? If I didn't have a PC and I had to get if I had to get something, I would try to get an Xbox or a PlayStation. And that's what this solidified for me. And that really sucks. For somebody who mainly plays on PC and enjoys it, this made me go, if I didn't already have my rig, I would try to get an Xbox or a PlayStation. And without hesitation, I wouldn't even get a PC. I wouldn't even think about it. So
I can't wait for
That's it.
Half-Life 2 Episode 3 to come out on PlayStation exclusive.
I'll kill myself.
The console he doesn't have.
The console I don't have,
PS5.
I would hang myself.
Oh my God.
No, you wouldn't.
Trigger warning, I guess. But I would. I would.
No, you wouldn't. Shut up. No, you wouldn't.
I would take out an insurance policy.
Insurance policy.
Insurance policy. I am so tired. I would take out an insurance policy on myself for my son, and I would hang myself.
No, you wouldn't.
I'm pretty sure they wouldn't allow that to go through.
Yeah.
After this episode, I'd be
Kind of like
fucking eating
Half-Life
fuck.
3.
You would straight up say like, "Hey, I need to take this out," and they'd be like, "Why?" And you'd be like, "I didn't get my favorite game because I don't have the console," and they'd be like, "Stop
see
being
this?
a bitch. Get
You
over
see
it."
this? PC gaming
Yeah.
show? You did this to me. I put this
Jesus.
part in all the way down my throat.
No, you didn't.
That was on your own accord.
You just did it like Motherfuckers Watch. Oh shit.
Well,
I would give this a fucking E. This would get an E.
An E.
An E. 100% an E. This could suck my dick from the back.
I would give it. I would honestly. I'd give it an F. Even the Chivalry 2 thing that was really cool did not say.
I'd give it a D plus.
Actually, no. I'd like to amend my statement. I'd like to give it a C plus because I like that Gabe Newell upset everybody again.
I'd give it a.
That's not a joke. I honestly find it truly hilarious. Like, and it's not even about Nick at that point. It's literally just about the fact that so many people get so excited when they hear his name, and then he gives them nothing every time. It cracks me up because it's just like he's doing it because you guys perpetuate the shit. He's not doing it because he's
trying to come.
I'm not speaking about you personally, but I'm saying that a lot of the time I can't even follow after that shit. I just
says
give
it
up.
so seriously.
I'm just trying to come.
I'm just trying to come.
I mean, that's just how it is. It's just, I mean, and it's not even Nick. Nick doesn't say shit about it, but there are so many people that get so excited about it.
He's been edging for 15 years.
He gives you nothing every time. And he trolls you guys.
I think he loves it at this point. He has to.
So that's why he did it. Everybody lost their minds. Look at the IGN chat. They were like, give us Gabe. And then Gabe said, literally, check out Steam Next Fest, which is nothing for everybody. And then said, oh, fuck, those look good. I have to play some of those. He gave you nothing. And you all lost your minds. You were like, how dare he do this? It's like, because he does it all the time. He comes out to the stage with sandals in his Gandalf beard, and you guys expect him to give you a brand new game.
One more thing: the Half-Life 3 joke at the end. Didn't appreciate that. All day with you.
Just
that was great.
Salt
all day with you.
all day with you.
I give this a D minus, maybe a D. There was a couple decent indie games in here, but other than that, it was a fucking wasted time.
Yeah,
what did you give it, Jeff?
A D plus. There
were
some games that were like cool. They were okay. They were all right. They were pretty fucking neat. As my fucking TV goes loopy.
I was gonna say the lava lamp is like, hey,
it's gone now.
We're fucking done.
I'm gonna give the PC Gaming Show a B.
Neat, though.
That's cool, Jeff. I like that too.
Thanks.
Save that. Favorite that.
That's pretty nice. Yeah, I like that.
You need to just find like a Half-Life 3 logo and put it up there.
I'm gonna give it I'm gonna give the PC Gaming Show a B plus.
We got a lot more to cover. We got 2 more days, guys.
Actually, I change it to P for proficient.
Tomorrow night, I guess we'll do a recap because we're gonna have Capcom. We're gonna have
Capcom and Take-Two.
Fuck is this shit? You ever get these text messages where someone's like sending you something that says, "Hey, it's Costco and you won a lottery, like a raffle or something like that"?
Not usually.
But they fuck up my name every time. Like, Larry, your code is blah 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 blah. Printed on your receipt from 27. Came in first in our AirPods raffle.
We just need your social, dude.
That's it.
It's your social, dude.
So tomorrow night we'll do a recap. Because you got Capcom, we've got Razer. They'll probably put some weird thing out, like a butt plug or something like that with RGB on it, and then we'll get into what else is there? Capcom,
Take-Two,
Half-Life. Oh my god, and Take-Two, and then Tuesday we're gonna do a recap of the Nintendo show. Correct? Anything else other than Nintendo on Tuesday, or is that it?
Bandai.
Dark Souls. Hopefully. For Tuesday, I can tell everybody in the audience right now, it will literally be Jeff, Brody, and I. So I know my 2 guys are gonna be like, they're like, nope.
I don't give a flying fuck about it. I'll be completely honest. I don't give a shit about
what
I watched
the PC gaming show, so I don't want to hear it, Evan.
This is 4 hours, Brody. Nintendo was 4 hours.
We are not watching the Treehouse. Go fuck yourself. I'm watching the 40-minute direct.
Jeff, fuck you. Fuck you.
That's Nick.
Nice.
That's Nick just receiving Gabe.
We are not doing the Treehouse. 100% no. I'll maybe watch it, but I'm not going to do it on stream.
The main conference is how long? Like an hour?
40 minutes. It's a 40-minute direct.
Really? That's it? Okay, so we can do that.
To the pinnacle of gaming. Wow.
I mean, if I have to watch Nintendo, I will, but I will fall asleep live on air.
look at the pinnacle of gaming.
You're not a
I-
10 player.
Oh damn, Brody!
I watched
You're not-
Gearbox and I watched PC Gaming
That's
Show.
true.
Fuck you.
To be perfectly fair, I didn't tell anybody to watch Gearbox. that was
you
entirely
fucking
yours.
Wish we had another
You're a
one of
narc.
these.
No, I didn't. I mean,
oh,
I'm not.
Jeff, you really pissed me off.
To be perfectly honest,
He's gonna
I've never
shit
been.
himself in anger again.
Boy,
Yeah,
man.
he is.
Boy, howdy.
I've never
sit
been a
up on my
Gearbox
chair,
fan.
Can't believe
and now I'm drunk.
we've been deprived
So,
for
I'm gonna
15
try
years of this.
So I stood up on my chair like this, and then I did some of this. Jeff,
You look like
Jeff's
not watching.
you look like a midget.
some of this.
There's a tiny man on a chair.
Is that wait? Is that the wait? Hold on. Go back, Jeff. Was that the TV show Chernobyl with the Half-Life symbol next to it? Yeah, it is.
It's dubbed with Half-Life sound effects. Let's hear.
Oh, perfect.
This is gonna sound so good for audio.
I heard a brief.
Nothing's
bit of it.
happening, Jeff.
It picks up for all of a second.
It's
then
super.
quits.
It's my
Yeah,
mic's
it
too
sound
good.
great.
Man.
So
My mic's
overall,
too good.
how do we rate the day?
A C.
No, I'd give it a B plus. Like
I mean,
legitimately,
we're
just
really
because
like
Xbox was good.
2/3 through E3, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd
I'd
basically.
give this E3 like a B minus so far.
Yeah, I'd give it around a B. Just like Xbox was just Xbox and Ubisoft.
Well, actually,
they both
that's
had
not-
pretty strong showings.
That's not fair because I mean, I guess I give
the
it a
day
B
I'd give it
plus
B.
because I mean, typically you'd have like a PlayStation in it. I'm still in those days. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
okay.
Right.
I'll bump up to a B. A B is where I'll stay.
I'll give it like a B plus just because Xbox had a really good showing and
Oh,
and, PC Gaming Show made me happy.
Yeah, I'd give it so far for today.
Everything?
I would give it probably. Ah, fuck. I'd give it a B minus, but that's only because of Xbox, pretty much, and then Guardians of the Galaxy, right?
Right.
And maybe a B, I guess. For E3 up to this point, I'm going to give it probably a B plus because I didn't expect anything from Gearbox. I didn't expect anything from PC Gaming Show. I wanted a little bit more from Square, but I think the Xbox and the Ubisoft conferences were pretty strong, and honestly, I think Ubisoft surprised me a little bit. But I'd give it a B plus up until this point so far.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Me
it's
too.
a little lackluster, but
But yeah,
We'll see where it goes.
no telling, boys.
So I see it. So before Jeff gives me an aneurysm, you guys ready? You guys ready to your plugs?
Yeah,
Sure,
sure.
go for your plugs.
You fucking dickhead.
So you get this is every clip of Gabe Newell, by the way, talking about Half-Life 3 over almost a decade.
It's over 10 years. When will you give up?
Yeah.
Never.
Um,
I'm
How do
holding
you, as Jeff said, how do you live?
Yeah.
Barely.
Yeah.
How are you alive?
So we're Diggity, and you can find us on Twitter and Instagram at Diggity Podcast. You can also catch us live every Thursday evening around 9:30 Eastern, around that time, where we come on here and do our thing. We're pretty blunt people. We got all the facts, all the evidence. You can see me here behind me.
All the capitalism.
Say it how we call it how it is. Look, there's Jeff Keighley when he didn't even hit puberty yet, and he was talking about Half-Life.
Oh, Jeff, you really can't.
Jeff's going into it, baby. I love it.
No, we have a great time. We're super blunt about it, about our video games, call shit out, and just have a good time with it. So you can catch us on every major podcast platform because we have an audio version of that. Like I said, the live stream goes on YouTube and Twitch, and then at Diggity Podcast on Twitch and Instagram for them hot dank memes and Gabe images. It's great. Love it.
Is it my turn?
Yep. You go ahead.
Yep.
When you're
You
ready.
can catch the non-having Half-Life 3 guys, which I'm the only one in the podcast who cares. You can catch WASD on Twitter and Instagram at Beyond WASD. You can find us on all major podcasting platforms. Just look up WASD and Beyond. Please leave us a rate on Apple, subscribe and follow on Spotify. We are also proudly sponsored by Final Boss Clothing Company. What else do we got here? You can find me at flies.avi on Instagram and Twitter. You can find Evan at Evan.
What? I don't have an Instagram.
Yes, you do.
You can follow me on Twitch at EV0N1.
That's good enough. You can follow him there. Be sure to check us out every Wednesday and Friday at 7 a.m. One thing I do want to address: next week there will not be an episode. There will not be episodes next week for at least a week or maybe 2. What?
Oh, my Instagram is Gaben did nothing wrong. Have fun.
I will stab you in the face with a knife.
What else would it be with?
You don't want to know.
Oh, gross.
You made me lose track of my thought process, bud.
Oops, not sorry.
You're a really bad guy.
Certified?
Certified freak, 7 days a week.
Disgusting.
That's it for us, though, I think. Whatever plug I was going to do, I don't know. That's it. So, no episodes next week. I don't know what the Diggity Boy's doing.
You fucking...
Was trying to finish that. We're taking a break for a week, maybe 2 weeks, with all this content coming out with us and the Diggity guys. It's been insane. It's taxing. We are tired. Yeah, I see it, Jeff. I see it. You got
the credits rolling.
I don't know what they're doing, but we will not have an episode.
Face.
My only closing is that I'm going to buy an Xbox mini fridge, and I'm going to get a capitalism sticker to slap on it.
You support capitalism.
This fridge runs off of capitalism.
I will help you buy that, Brody.
Proper thing to do.
Capitalism and Kotaku.
I'm gonna get, and my thing is, I'm gonna get one of these sweet fucking polos Gabe's wearing here.
What, the fucking 6XLs?
Yeah, dude. 2 sizes too big.
All right, guys.
He's a 4XL type of guy for sure.
Yeah, he's 4XL. It's been Diggity Podcast. Always a great time. And WASD. And we will see you guys goddamn tomorrow.